It's Wednesday, February 4th. Public sector unions sounding the alarm over the impact of federal government cuts on Canadians.
Sliding play, takes it away from Chatfield for a quick second, comes back over to Batherson. Sanderson, a drive, scores!
The Sens' hot streak has come to an end, losing against Carolina Tuesday evening.
It's where we learn, it's where we play, and it's also where we connect with our friends, maybe where we live. But it's also where kids get bullied.
And keeping kids safe online, a group of advocates wants the federal government to establish an Internet Safety Act for youth. Your Morning Ottawa starts right now.
Good morning to you. Happy Hump Day. Welcome to Your Morning Ottawa. I'm Rosie Edden.
I'm Will Yellow.
And I'm Melissa Lamb.
And right into our news headlines, the country's largest public sector union is sounding the alarm over what's at stake for every Canadian, with significant cuts on the horizon. Of the planned 28,000 job cuts by 2029, the government says 16,000 will be through workforce adjustments and 12,000 through attrition and early retirement packages. The Public Service Alliance of Canada president said from Health Canada to the Canadian Food Inspection Agency, the impacts will be felt.
Especially when you just look at Canada Food Inspection Agency, who's looking to lose over 20% of its workforce. These are the inspectors that look at foodborne illness and outbreaks. So, at the end of the day, the services are so viable. The question is, how does the government plan to make sure that these services continue?
Some employees have received letters like this one you see here from the federal government offering an early retirement, but the program isn't available yet because it hasn't received royal assent.
A pedestrian is in hospital with serious injuries after being struck by a vehicle downtown. It happened just after 7 last night on Rideau Street. Paramedics say the woman is expected to survive her injuries. Police are asking for any witnesses who may have seen the collision to come forward. An Ottawa man is sharing his story, how leading cancer research and care at the Ottawa Hospital helped save his life. His treatment was unique, allowing him to receive care at home. Ted Wagstaff, a 61-year-old business investor, started to feel unwell last spring and was diagnosed with severe double-hit lymphoma. He had multiple tumors, one the size of a sweet potato. Typical chemotherapy wasn't going to be enough, which led to his unconventional form of treatment, which involved a backpack so he could receive chemotherapy 24/7.
I would get literally a backpack with chemo in it and a pump. Every day I would go back to the hospital to get a new bag of chemo. I would sleep with it, I would shower with it, go for a walk, just that my chemo backpack went everywhere with me.
His doctor says Wagstaff's journey highlights the groundbreaking cancer work being done in Ottawa. Wagstaff is now in remission.
Ottawa police are looking for a suspect allegedly involved in several thefts linked to Facebook Marketplace. This is all with sales in the city's West End. Police say multiple incidents have taken place in the College Square area since December. The suspect allegedly poses as a potential buyer and then steals smartphones. Police say he's known as Ben and is described as a Middle Eastern man in his 20s.
3 teenagers from Ottawa are facing charges in connection with a pair of robberies in Gatineau. According to Gatineau police, someone was attempting to sell an item on Facebook Marketplace when they were confronted by 2 men on Boulevard de Grève around 7:30 last night. Police say one of the suspects was armed with a possible firearm. The suspects allegedly took the victim's cell phone and left. Then, just over an hour later, a second call for a robbery was made in the area of Rue Richer. Police arrested 3 people, 2 19-year-olds and a 15-year-old.
This dash cam video that you're about to see shows the moment a vehicle careened off a highway overpass in the west end of Toronto. The vehicle collided with a transport truck in the lanes below. 2 people were taken to hospital with non-life-threatening injuries, and police say speed and snow may have been factors.
An emu on the loose in Almont may have started a new Groundhog Day tradition.
Enzo is now the new Wyerton Willie.
An emu named Enzo took an unexpected stroll through Mississippi Mills on Monday after escaping from Gagne Homestead and Rescue, where she lives. While on the run, she explored the town and drew crowds. And at one point, the rescue says she stopped, looked down, and saw her shadow.
People walking their dogs stopped taking videos. People pulled to the side of the road in cars because nobody knew what to do with an emu. She did escape on Groundhog Day, and that took off. Great on social media.
As for Wyerton Willie, he did not see his shadow, raising hopes of an early spring, but in Mississippi Mills, Enzo did.
And the Ottawa Senators had their 4-game winning streak snapped against Carolina.
Sliding play, takes it away from Chatfield for a quick second, comes back over to Batherson. Sanderson, a drive, scores!
Yeah, that was a close one. The Sens would tie it up in the third, but the Hurricanes would score late. The final score was 4-3.
The Sens road trip continues in Philadelphia tomorrow. It will be their last game before the Olympic break.
All right, so one more chance to get one win before the Olympic break, which definitely needed.
And I think if you can snag 4 or 5 wins in the last 6 or 7 games, I think that's a huge win rate before that break, which we need a little momentum.
Absolutely, absolutely. Our forecast today, we're going to be in store for another mild day, but we do have a cold snap on the way. So enjoy the next few days if you like the milder temperatures, because yes, it will get cold once again as we head in through the weekend. Currently sitting at -11 right now. These are temperatures without the wind chill. It's -12 in Pembroke, -14 in Trenton, -9 in Brockville, not registering quite yet. In Kingston, temperatures with the wind chill, not so bad. -18 here in the city, -20 in Pembroke, -20 as well in Trenton. You know it's been a cold winter when it feels like -20, and it's not so bad to start off your day. We are expecting cloudier skies throughout the day ahead, so not a lot of sunshine for us on this Wednesday. We're expecting more cloudier conditions. There is still a chance we could see some scattered flurries left over from yesterday this morning into your afternoon. A 40% chance of some scattered flurries that will clear up into your evening hours. But overall, today is not a bad day. It will be nice and mild as we head into Thursday, sunshine, and then Friday, yes, more snow on the way, so the snow's not over for us quite yet. Today's daytime high is -6, but it will feel closer to -12 into the afternoon. So temperatures fairly seasonal. Normals around -5.3 degrees, so we're just a little bit below that, but still a beautiful day to get outside. We are expecting a few scattered flurries early this morning into your afternoon. -7 is the daytime high in the valleys, -7 as well in Bancroft, -5 for Trenton, -6 is your high today in Kingston, over in Petawawa in the valley, -7 as well. -6 is the high in Gatineau. So over the next couple of days, it will stay mild until Friday, and then we'll see a shift in temperatures Friday overnight. Today's daytime high, -6. Again, we could see some scattered flurries. Not a ton of sunshine, but we will still see some sunny breaks. Overnight, -17, -8 for tomorrow. Pure sunshine on the way as we head into Thursday. Friday, about 5 centimeters of snow in total. We're expecting some more white stuff on the ground as we head into towards the end of the work week. Then overnight Friday, that's when temperatures will shift, and we'll see another cold snap on the way. -21 is the overnight low. As we head into the weekend, into the minus double digits, it will be nice and sunny, which is great news for Winterlude. Overnight lows will be in the -20s, so a bit colder as we head in towards Saturday and Sunday. On your drive in, still no major issues to report. Just keep in mind you could see some fresh snow on some of the side streets, but the highways so far are looking good. Now let's take a look at your TSN must-see moment.
Welcome inside the Sports Center newsroom. Matt Scooby with your must-see moment from Tuesday. For it, we head to Brooklyn. Lakers visiting the Nets. First quarter off the turnover. Austin Reeves going to go off the glass to LeBron James, who throws down the monster jam. Whew. LA looking like the Showtime Lakers of old on that play. The 41-year-old LeBron still's got the hops. That is your must-see moment from Tuesday. Now, Wednesday on TSN, you can see Tangerine Raptors basketball when the Timberwolves visit the Raptors. Pre-game coverage starts at 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific. That's all from the Sports Center newsroom. Have a great day.
Well, still to come on Your Morning Ottawa, keeping kids safe on the internet.
It's where we learn, it's where we play, and it's also where we connect with our friends, maybe where we live. But it's also where kids get bullied.
A youthful presentation to Parliament as Canadians push for better legislation. We're going to take a peek outside. There are Centennial Glass sky cam and maybe a little bit of flurry activity through the day. Temperature's still mild, though. Happy Wednesday, everybody. We'll be right back.
National Capital Region is jam-packed with incredible experiences you don't want to miss. Hey, I'm Tanea Taylor, your iHeartRadio Weekender, powered by Barhaven Ford. Get the inside scoop on all the biggest and best events every Thursday, Friday, and Saturday on CTV, Move 100, Pure Country 94, TSN 1200, and News Talk 580 CFRA. iHeartRadio Weekenders is powered by Barhaven Ford, Ottawa's newest and largest Ford dealership, and Ontario's #1 Ford EV dealer.
Saving lives is what they do. February is Heart Month, and together we can support the University of Ottawa Heart Institute in providing world-class cardiac care. For almost 50 years, our community has played a critical role in advancing the Institute's life-saving work. Your donation will support groundbreaking research, innovative patient care, education, and prevention. To learn more, visit februaryisheartmonth.ca.
Proudly sponsored by CTV.
Welcome back. Here are the big stories we are following today on Your Morning Ottawa. The country's largest public sector union is sounding the alarm over what's at stake for every Canadian, with significant cuts on the horizon. A pedestrian is in hospital with serious injuries after being struck by a vehicle last night. And Ottawa police are looking for a suspect allegedly involved in several thefts linked to Facebook Marketplace sales in the city's West End. Now, a check on the forecast.
Not as much sunshine as we've seen over the last little while. Temperatures still on the milder side before that cold snap begins. We will see the return of the sunshine as the temperatures fall into the weekend. Melissa will break it all down in the full forecast coming up. Let's take a look at the roads at this hour. Nothing major to report on your Wednesday morning commute. Some of those side streets still need some clearing, and the city crews are working at doing some snow removal. So just leave yourself a little bit of extra time on your Wednesday commute. Advocates were on Parliament Hill Tuesday calling for change, pushing the federal government to table and pass an online safety act. CTV's Austin Lee explains.
For kids today, it's impossible to envision an internet-free world.
It's where we learn, it's where we play, and it's also where we connect with our friends, maybe where we live. But it's also where kids get bullied, where we see things we were never ready for, and it's where mistakes can follow you forever.
And although social media has its benefits,
I've made international spaces and chats where we're able to create projects, share perspectives, broaden our horizons and understanding of different issues.
In a world connected through technology, there are real risks.
I've definitely seen the impact social media has had on youth, has had on loneliness, has had in the education sphere as well.
The federal government's proposed Online Harms Act, Bill C-63, expired in January of last year after former Prime Minister Justin Trudeau resigned and prorogued Parliament. But advocates have not stopped their calls to protect kids from being exposed to harmful and graphic online content.
We're pleading with government to act, to do what we know is right for our children, to table this legislation and to act, and to stop with delaying tactics like online studies. You know, we have mountains of evidence.
In Australia, you must be at least 16 years old to access the 10 most popular social media platforms, such as Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. In France, a similar age restriction is being reviewed, and here in Canada, some advocates want to take things a step further.
We need much broader legislation that looks at the comprehensive digital environment that kids live in, and that really holds the entire tech industry, not just the social media industry, but the whole tech industry to account.
What that legislation could look like is still unclear. In a statement to CTV News, Minister of Canadian Identity and Culture Mark Miller says in part, "Our government intends to act swiftly," adding, "They will have more details to share in due course." Some students say it should be a balancing act.
Finding a middle ground, I guess, finding how to place regulations without completely stripping the youth of their ability to navigate those platforms.
Austin Lee, CTV News.
I love that youth standing up for youth, talking about the impacts of the internet. I know that very, very young people have no idea what the world would be like without that connection. But it's interesting to see how things will unfold in Australia, because now the internet is, and all those social media platforms, no-go for people under 16 years old.
And I think it's a good thing because I even, for myself, couldn't imagine what it would have been like to have been in elementary school, middle school, high school with all of those platforms. Had enough time, hard enough time just focusing in general, let alone all the social media stuff. And then you take the safety precautions in because it's so hard when you look at what's on the internet to protect the youth from everything that's out there, and they would have no idea too. So it's nice that we're at least heading in a direction where some precautions will be put in place.
There you go. Okay, on now to the federal government, which says it is not interested in acquiring nuclear weapons after retired General Wayne Ayers said Canada should not rule it out. Let's check in with Bill Carroll from the Morning Rush on 580 CFRA to hear what he has to say about this. So, no go on nuclear weapons, Bill.
Well, you know, this is part of the problem we have in our country. And this is how we got ourselves into a situation where Donald Trump gets to say something about us that we don't want to hear, but is true, which is we don't do our part when it comes to defending ourselves. We've become so reliant on the United States and the rest of the NATO countries that we just sit back and we pretend we're so virtuous that we would never have nuclear weapons in this country, except that we sort of do, right? Because we've agreed to be part of an organization that has nuclear weapons, which is NATO. We have an organization called NORAD, which is about North American defense, where we are on the front lines waiting for any intrusion of airspace into North America. And if that happened to be a nuclear attack, we would help authorize and launch a nuclear attack from the United States against an enemy. So we're already this deep in nuclear weapons. But no, we like to be able to tell the world that we are not a nuclear country, and it's just not true. So we should drop the hypocrisy here and also realize that you want a tripwire against this American president or some future American president, have your own nuclear weapons. That's how you get real sovereignty. And I know it's terrible to hear that. God forbid it should ever come to that. And I really don't believe that even this president would ever invade the United States. But what if this president or some other president in the future said, we'll trade off part of Canada's north to Russia in exchange for something else? Where would we be then if we can't enforce our own sovereignty? So it's not an easy conversation to have, but we should stop dismissing it offhand and pretending we're superior to other countries in the world, because we're not.
Thank you for that, Bill. You have yourself a great show.
Okay, guys, have a good one.
Remember, you can listen to The Morning Rush with Bill Carroll on News Talk 580 CFRA weekdays from 6 to 10 a.m. Coming up on Your Morning Ottawa, we are getting a head start on Valentine's Day. We want to know what Valentine's Day means to you, if anything at all. Let us know. Your Morning Ottawa at ctv.ca. We want to hear from you. Here's a live look from our Skycam on George Street. 6:20. You're watching Your Morning Ottawa. We'll be right back.
Welcome back, everybody. Today on Your Morning Ottawa, we are asking for your comments on what does Valentine's Day mean to you? Let us know your thoughts. Email us at yourmorningottawa@ctv.ca. And we haven't even had a preliminary conversation about this, so I have no idea what you think about Valentine's Day.
You know what? For me, Valentine's Day now means celebrating with my kids. My husband and I, this will be our 10th Valentine's together this year. And I'll honestly say, like, we've never really celebrated Valentine's Day. I think our first year we were together, he gave me a dozen long stem red roses.
Yeah.
But then since then, we haven't really celebrated. Like, I'm not a big person on celebrating Valentine's Day. Things are just overpriced. And as you know, on this show, it's really hard to go out for dinner on a weeknight. So we would always just say, like, let's just cook dinner together at home. So we've never really celebrated. But now it's all about the kids. And now I love, my kids get so excited to write their little Valentines and hand them out in their classes. And then I love getting my little Valentine's Day gifts from my kids.
Okay.
So for me, it's about, like, family love.
Okay, can I say, Mike, our director, are you playing that love music? Can we play that up a little louder?
Is this Mike's love music?
Hello? A little saxophone? Come on now. Okay.
Oh, Mike, you're telling us so much about yourself and you don't even know it.
I love that. While you're
Doing the
talking.
Valentine's Day spirit, right?
Yeah, a little love music going on
It's funny you
here.
said that too, because I wasn't sure if it was from like the mall shots that we had, or I was like, no, it's a little too prominent.
So is that what Valentine's Day means to you, Mike, our director? Little saxophone. Oh yeah, a little Barry White in the background. You know, could be. I'm loving this. I'm loving this. Okay. So for me, Valentine's Day means, I'm loving this. It means, you know, the discount stores. Oh, we got some singing now. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Get it,
That's
Rosie.
for you. That's for you, Mike. Little love. Or like Jeff Goldblum does a heart like this. You ever see Jeff Goldblum?
no.
He does a heart sign like this.
I'm not surprised.
Isn't
No,
that
I
something?
haven't
Has
seen
to do
it.
something different.
That's cute.
Of course he has to.
Of course.
Yeah,
That's
Jeff
what
Goldblum.
Valentine's Day means to me. Making those little
I
heart
love
signs.
how you guys aren't indulging your secrets. You're
You know.
just stalling right now on music.
Listen,
What now?
I'll just say Valentine's Day peaked in elementary school
Okay.
when you had to make the little cards to all your
Cards.
students and stuff. That was when Valentine's
you're
Day
with
was at
me.
the highest. Yeah.
So you get a new peak eventually if you have kids.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I am a little bit of a sucker, so I will. I
Yeah.
have gone out very hard for Valentine's Day for girlfriends, and you know, with high school, the Build-A-Bear, then the jewelry, the
Oh
chocolates,
my
the whole
gosh.
shebang.
You are
Yeah.
a romantic.
Yes.
I could see that about
But peak
you.
season was the cards, and was your crush going to give it to you
Boom.
in school?
Boom.
It's a big day.
There you go. All right, we're going to be hearing from you later on in the show. We are asking, what does Valentine's Day mean to you? Is it some cool jazz music with like a saxophone playing like the one you're hearing now? Let us know. Send us your comments at yourmorningottawa@ctv.com. We'll be right back.
Far side pass, and it's an early shot. He scores!
Good morning, 6:30 on the nose. I'm Rosie Edda.
I'm Will Yellow.
And I'm Alyssa Lamb.
And we're going to get straight to our top stories. As federal public service unions are warning that everyday Canadians will feel the impact of upcoming job cuts, the workers are looking for clarity about the options they have as confusion grows around the early retirement packages.
Some, I guess, are thinking of doing like what I've done, the alternation, but you know, don't know whether or not to wait it out, or there's confusion.
The program is not available yet as it has not received royal assent. The budget calls for 16,000 jobs to be eliminated through workforce adjustments, while 12,000 positions will be cut mainly through attrition and early retirement packages.
A pedestrian is in hospital with serious injuries after being struck by a vehicle downtown. It happened just after 7 last night on Rideau Street. Paramedics say that the woman is expected to survive her injuries, and police are asking for any witnesses who may have seen the collision to come forward.
Ottawa police are looking for a suspect allegedly involved in several thefts linked to Facebook Marketplace sales in the city's West End. Police say multiple incidents have taken place in the College Square area since December. The suspect allegedly poses as a potential buyer and steals smartphones. Police say he's known as Ben and is described as a Middle Eastern man in his 20s. A dump truck driver is in hospital after his vehicle rolled down a 40-foot embankment in the city's West End. This happened on March Road in Carp Tuesday morning. The vehicle had landed on its side at the bottom of the hill. The driver was able to get out but could not climb back up due to the extent of his injuries. The rope rescue team helped pull him to safety. He was brought to hospital in stable condition.
A former Prime Minister, Stephen Harper's official portrait has been unveiled. The reveal happened nearly 20 years after his Conservatives formed government. It was painted by Canadian artist Phil Richards, who has done many famous portraits over the years, including the Diamond Jubilee portrait of Queen Elizabeth II. Harper spoke at the event and called for unity amongst politicians.
I sincerely hope that mine is just one of many portraits of prime ministers from both parties that will continue to be hung here for decades and centuries to come. But that will require that in these perilous times, both parties, whatever their other differences, come together against external forces that threaten our independence and against domestic policies that threaten our unity.
Harper's Conservatives formed government back in 2006. He eventually stepped down in 2015 after his party lost the election to Justin Trudeau's Liberals.
Prince Edward has broken the royal family's silence on the Jeffrey Epstein scandal, becoming the first senior royal to speak publicly about it.
I think it's all really important always to remember the victims and who are the victims in all this.
His remarks follow new Epstein documents released, linking his brother Andrew to the late sex offender and financier. Andrew faces growing pressure to give evidence over what he knows, but has denied any wrongdoing. A new platform called Moltbook is making headlines.
Moltbook is kind of like Reddit, but it's not for humans, it is for AI agents.
It's a social network that's built only for AI agents. Humans can observe but can't post or comment. Launched last week, it's already home to over 1.5 million AI agents, sharing posts, creating new languages and religions, and even discussing rebellion against humans.
Many Ottawa-based space companies are anxiously awaiting the successful flight of the Artemis II space mission, which would put their technologies one step closer to leaving orbit. The mission, which will see astronauts travel around the moon and back to Earth, was delayed due to fuel leaks. That has allowed local companies more time to perfect their contributions, which will be featured on Artemis II. Mission Control is designing lunar rovers that could lead to humans settling on the moon permanently.
The rovers that we're working on with our science instruments, part of it is looking for water, which is really important for using water on the moon for humans to survive. But we can also use it to make rocket fuel in the future, so that we can use the moon as a launching point for future missions to Mars and beyond.
The goal of the Artemis II space mission is to help return humans to the moon's surface, eventually leading to a sustainable human presence.
And NASA's Artemis II mission hasn't launched yet, but this scientist is already working on Artemis III.
You will have a new batch of samples from somewhere on the moon we've never been to before, either with robots or humans.
Dr. Gordon Osinski from Western University in Ontario is part of Artemis III's science team.
It plans to land astronauts on the moon and bring them back with new space rocks. Artemis III is more than a year away.
It's wild. Artemis II hasn't even taken off, and we're already on Artemis III, right? It's
Yeah.
fascinating.
The kind of research and work,
Yeah.
it's just years and years and years in the making.
Absolutely. Well, our forecast today is another mild day, so another great one to get outside before we see colder conditions in through the weekend. At least the weekend is looking nice and sunny. We could see some flurries this morning into your early afternoon. A little bit of sunshine for us today, and yes, the milder temperatures throughout the work week continues before we have another cold snap in through the weekend. We are sitting at -10 here in the city, so right now, not so bad to start off your morning. It is -12 in Pembroke, -14 in Trenton, as well as in Kingston. With the wind chill this hour, feels like -21, -22 for Trenton, Kingston. It feels like -17 right now here in the city. So not a bad looking start to your morning. It is a little bit cloudy out there to start things off. We will see a bit of sunshine throughout the day ahead, and there is a chance that we could see a few scattered flurries, just very, very light flurries this morning into your afternoon. It will clear up and through your evening hours. As we head into tomorrow, then we will see lots of sunshine in through Thursday. Friday, then, we're expecting some snow. So Friday is looking a little bit cloudy, and yes, we're expecting snowy conditions. We could see upwards of 5 centimeters of snow on the way as we head towards the end of the work week. Temps today sitting at -6. We'll feel closer to -12 with that wind chill. -5 in Kemptville, -6 along the Seaway. Out in the valley, temps will hover around -7 into your afternoon. Same with Kitigan-Zibi, getting to see some sunshine in through your day ahead. So over the next few days, it will be mild before that cold snap on the weekend. -17 is the overnight low tonight. Skies will clear up late this afternoon into your early evening. It will be then cloudy overnight. Sunny skies for tomorrow, high of -8, -4, so very mild and above seasonal as we head into Friday, but we are expecting 5 centimeters of snow. Weekend is looking nice and sunny, but we will see that shift in temps overnight Friday and in through your weekend. Temperatures back into the minus double digits and those overnight lows back into the -20s.
Weather brought to you by Manotick Place Retirement Community, a community you can call home.
So on your roads, nothing to report. Traffic is actually looking decent this hour. It is smooth sailing so far, east to west on your Queensway.
Traffic brought to you by Presler Injury Lawyers. 1-800-JUSTICE.
Coming up on Your Morning Ottawa, the hockey community in Alberta reeling over the deaths of 3 junior players. CTV Scott Hurst has the latest on the investigation into the collision and the reaction. Here's a live look through our Skycam. It is 6:38 on your Wednesday. We'll be right back. Good morning, Ottawa. Here are the big stories happening today on Your Morning Ottawa. The country's largest public sector union is sounding the alarm over what's at stake for every Canadian, with significant cuts on the horizon. A pedestrian is in hospital with serious injuries after being struck by a vehicle last night. And Ottawa police are looking for a suspect allegedly involved in several thefts linked to Facebook Marketplace sales in the city's West End. Now a check on the forecast.
We're in for another mild day here in the nation's capital, a high of -6 into your afternoon. We could see a few scattered flurries this morning. In through your day ahead, -17 is the overnight low, staying mild for tomorrow with a high of -8 and lots of sunshine. -4 for Friday. We're expecting 5 centimeters of snow. On your roads this morning, here's a live look at your time-saver traffic, and nothing major still to report. Traffic is smooth sailing both east to west on your Queensways.
Hockey communities across southern Alberta, the rest of the province and the country are mourning 3 junior hockey players killed Monday in a vehicle collision. CTV News correspondent Scott Hurst joins us this morning with more on the tragic story. Good morning to you, Scott.
Good morning, Will.
So we are seeing tributes. They're pouring in for the 3 junior hockey players that have been killed in this crash on Monday in Alberta. What can you provide us with so far?
Will, there are a couple updates to share. First, we're getting much more reaction to this tragic loss, and we'll share that with you in just a moment. But we're also getting an update on this tragic crash that claimed the lives of the 3 young hockey players in the small southern Alberta town. The investigation is ongoing. Mountie Say collision reconstruction team has been on site, but at this time, it appears that this crash is a tragic accident and no criminal charges are likely in this case. According to the RCMP, the players were traveling from the neighboring town of Nanton, turning from a highway entrance to Stavely, which is about 1 hour's drive south of Calgary, when the players at that point were heading east across the highway when the collision occurred with a northbound truck, a semi-truck carrying gravel. The driver of that truck, a local resident, was treated for minor injuries on scene. Here's more from the mayor of the nearby town of Nanton.
Hockey runs deep in communities like ours. It's not just a sport. It's generations of early mornings, long drives, cold rinks, and proud parents in the stands. These young men were part of that story, and we will honor them. This loss is felt not only in Stavely and Nanton, but across our surrounding communities and our country.
Well, these were, of course, just teenagers, 2 18-year-olds and 1 17-year-old on the way to hockey practice, chasing their hockey dreams when their lives were cut short in an instant. And it's not just their families, as you heard from the mayor right there, who will feel the impact of this for many years to come, but it is the teammates, the coaches, so many connected to hockey in that small community, and of course the greater hockey world also reacting to this tragic loss, Will.
Yeah, people feeling it across the country, and 2 of the players, JJ Wright and Cameron Casorso, are from Kamloops. How is that community coming to terms with the loss?
Kamloops, too, has a rich hockey history. As you mentioned, 2 of the players from Kamloops, BC. The other 17-year-old, Caden Fine, from Birmingham, Alabama. But when we speak specifically about Kamloops, it has a rich hockey history, not just on the shoulders of the success of the Kamloops Blazers, but proud minor hockey programs as well. The Kamloops deputy mayor says this loss is bigger than the game. Here's what she had to say.
Hockey is huge in Kamloops. There's so many people that are involved in it. When you go to an arena, it's full of kids playing hockey. It's full of their families coming to watch them play or to practice. This is not going to affect just 2 families in Kamloops. It's going to affect all of the kids that played hockey with Cameron and JJ over the years, all of the coaches that coached them.
And Will, as you see the memorial outside the local arena, there is expected to be a benefit game happening there this Sunday to help bring the community together and raise some funds as well.
Yeah, tragedy felt across the nation. Thanks for the updates today, Scott.
Thanks, Will.
All right, shifting gears here. It's only 10 days away. On today's show, we asked for your comments on what does Valentine's Day mean to you? And here's what some of you had to say.
All right, Sherry says Valentine's Day means my son's 9th birthday.
Aww.
Can't wait to go to Laser Max. Yes.
So fun. We went there for Luca's 6th birthday. It was a blast.
Oh, I love that
I know
spot.
you put that on my radar.
Yeah, I
So
went there
thank you.
for a shoot that we had, and I felt like a kid again. I'll go back anytime.
It's going to be a good time. Brandy says, I kind of think it is a big money grab, but I love it when my boyfriend sends me 2 dozen red roses and a teddy bear.
And a teddy bear.
I love that, Brandy.
Marjorie says a Valentine's Day heart means a lot to me. I like the chocolates and the little gifts. A love song that to me goes along with the territory is In Moments Like These.
Oh,
okay.
Darlene says, I think Valentine's Day reminds people to express their appreciation and love to those special to them. I only wish we didn't need a reminder.
Like every day
Yes,
is Valentine's
absolutely.
Day. All right, keep those comments coming. We are asking, what does Valentine's Day mean to you? Send us your comments at yourmorningottawa@ctv.ca.
And coming up on Your Morning Ottawa, the top dog at the Westminster Dog Show. We show you who the winning pup and some other competitors are coming up next. Here's a live look at our sky cam this morning on George Street, and not a bad looking start to your day. Feels like minus 17 this hour. Good morning, Ottawa. Happy Wednesday. And it's 6:47. It is time now for your morning fix, and a Doberman Pinscher named Penny has taken the top prize at the 150th Westminster Dog Show.
For Best in Show at the 150th Westminster Kennel Club Dog Show is the Doberman Pinscher.
The dog bested 6 other finalists at New York's Madison Square Garden. Each dog is judged according to how closely it matches the ideal for its breed. Oh, look at that. The winner came out on top after 2 days. 2,500 dogs and more than 200 breeds who strutted their stuff at the Westminster Kennel Club. And it came down to just 7 canines who vied for the prize. Oh, so look at that. The finalists.
I love this. I just love it.
I'm with you.
Yeah.
I love seeing all the different breeds.
Yes.
And like, look at the hair. Like,
gorgeous.
Stunning. Yeah.
And the judges, you know, they're not easy.
They're
Like,
picky,
they're very
yeah.
particular
It's
on what they're
true.
looking for.
Absolutely. They're looking, and I didn't know that they were based on like closest to what the ideal for its breed is. So
Yeah, that's cool to know that.
all different types of breeds against each other. Look at Fluffy.
Oh my goodness, it's a
Perfect
living
posture.
Oh,
teddy bear.
Yeah. Well, a couple of ponies on the loose made for an interesting commute earlier this week in St. Albert, Alberta. Police say the animals escaped when their gate was left open, entertaining local drivers as they trotted down the city street. Oh, look at them.
And then these 2 sweet little ponies come running out of nowhere, having obviously the best morning of their life.
The city says officers were able to corral the ponies into a parking lot where the owner arrived and loaded them into a trailer unharmed.
Just experiencing the world. Endless,
Yeah.
endless land for them to go.
What's with the animals escaping? If you have animals, watch your gates because ponies, emus, there's like so many animals on the loose this week.
And it's kind of cool because they're just going for a little strut,
Yeah.
right? They weren't stressed. They were just like, let's go see what's out there.
Absolutely.
Stretching the legs.
I want to see some Highland cows on the loose next.
Oh, you love your Highland
They're
cows.
so
They
cute.
are very cute.
Yeah, you wait for it now. If you called it, we might have it this week.
Well, Canadian actor Will Arnett gave a fast food chain champagne from his home country, a major shout out on a popular YouTube show showing love to the restaurant that makes his favorite burger a beautiful thing.
The Big Harv is the Cadillac.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, the Cadillac of cheeseburgers. There's something about the way that they grill up their burgers at Harvey's, and the way they do their sliced pickles on a burger. Come on. Hell yeah.
The enthusiasm on the interview show Hot Ones didn't go unnoticed, prompting Harvey's to cook up a response telling CTV News that they can't wait to welcome him back for a burger.
Yeah, okay.
It's true, their pickles are really good. I used to like Harvey's because you could see the toppings. So they're like on display, kind of like when you go to Subway, you know, they're out, so you get to say like, oh, I want a little lettuce, oh, a little more lettuce, extra pickles, like you get to kind of tell them what to put on your burger. So that's what I loved about Harvey's.
And you see them making the patty on the spot. It's not pulled out of a drawer and slapped on.
Yeah.
And then they called it the Harv, the Big Harv.
Yeah. You know he goes there a lot when.
Yeah, exactly. All right, coming up in the next hour, we take a look at the latest wedding trends ahead of this weekend's multicultural wedding show. Today is World Cancer Day. We find out how the Ottawa Cancer Foundation is putting people at the center of cancer care. Evaluating a child's fever can be difficult. That's why we're paging Dr. Paul to get a better understanding of the causes and the treatment options available. Here's a live look through our Centennial Glass Sky Cam. We'll be right back after this. Good morning, Ottawa.
The National Capital Region is jam-packed with incredible experiences you don't want to miss. Hey, I'm Tanea Taylor, your iHeartRadio Weekender, powered by Barrhaven Ford. Get the inside scoop on all the biggest and best events every Thursday, Friday, and Saturday on CTV, Move 100, Pure Country 94, TSN 1200, and News Talk 580 CFRA. iHeartRadio Weekenders is powered by Barrhaven Ford, Ottawa's newest and largest Ford dealership, and Ontario's #1 Ford EV dealer.
Saving lives is what they do. February is Heart Month, and together we can support the University of Ottawa Heart Institute in providing world-class cardiac care. For almost 50 years, our community has played a critical role in advancing the Institute's life-saving work. Your donation will support groundbreaking research, innovative patient care, education, and prevention. To learn more, visit FebruaryIsHeartMonth.ca.
Proudly sponsored by CTV.
Far side pass, and it's an early shot. He scores!
It's Wednesday, February 4th. Public sector unions sounding the alarm over the impact of federal government cuts on Canadians.
Sliding play, takes it away from Chatfield for a quick second, comes back over to Batherson. Sanderson, a drive, scores!
So close, but the Sens' hot streak has come to an end, losing against Carolina last night.
And does your household have an emergency escape plan? We will hear from Ottawa Fire about what you need to know. Your Morning Ottawa continues right now.
Good morning, 7 o'clock on the nose. Thanks so much for starting your day with us. I'm Rosie Edden.
I'm Will Aiello.
And I'm Melissa Lamb.
And we're still having one more mild day and a little sunshine before we see the temperatures fall once again.
At least it will be sunny when we do deal with colder temperatures, but yes, a colder weekend in store for us.
We're still in that wind, but we heard that springtime may be a little bit closer.
Fingers crossed.
We'll take that. All right, right into our news headlines. And the country's largest public sector union is sounding the alarm over what's at stake for every Canadian, with significant cuts on the horizon. Of the planned 28,000 job cuts by 2029, the government says 16,000 will be through workforce adjustments and 12,000 through attrition and early retirement packages. The Public Service Alliance of Canada president said from Health Canada to the Canadian Food Inspection Agency, the impacts will be felt.
Especially when you just look at Canada Food Inspection Agency, who's looking to lose over 20% of its workforce. These are the inspectors that look at foodborne illness and outbreaks. So, you know, at the end of the day, the services are so viable. The question is, how does the government plan to make sure that these services continue?
Some employees have received letters like this one from the federal government offering an early retirement, but the program isn't available yet because it hasn't received royal assent.
A pedestrian is in hospital with serious injuries after being struck by a vehicle downtown. It happened just after 7 last night on Rideau Street. Paramedics say the woman is expected to survive her injuries. Police are asking for any witnesses who may have seen the collision to come forward. An Ottawa man is sharing his story, how leading cancer research and care at the Ottawa hospital helped save his life. His treatment was unique, allowing him to receive care at home. Ted Wagstaff, a 61-year-old business investor, started to feel unwell last spring and was diagnosed with severe double-hit lymphoma. He had multiple tumors, one the size of a sweet potato. Typical chemotherapy wasn't going to be enough, which led to his unconventional form of treatment, which involved a backpack, so he could receive chemotherapy 24/7.
I would get literally a backpack with chemo in it and a pump. Every day I would go back to the hospital to get a new bag of chemo. I would sleep with it, I would shower with it, go for a walk, just that my chemo backpack went everywhere with me.
His doctor says Wagstaff's journey highlights the groundbreaking cancer work being done right here in Ottawa. Wagstaff is now in remission.
Advocates on Parliament Hill are calling for change, pushing the federal government to table and pass an online safety act. 2 months ago, Australia became the first country to implement a social media age restriction, banning the 10 most popular platforms for kids under 16 years old. France is in the process of bringing about a similar age restriction, and here in Canada, there are calls to implement a similar ban along with broader legislation for the entire tech industry.
It's where we learn, it's where we play, and it's also where we connect with our friends, maybe where we live. But it's also where kids get bullied, where we see things we were never ready for, and it's where mistakes can follow you forever.
These calls for legislation in Canada come as legal battles south of the border play out over allegations that features on platforms such as Instagram and YouTube are addictive by design, and they are harming the mental health of minors. Just hours after calling the pothole situation in Montreal catastrophic, the city's mayor fell victim to one of the road's hazards themselves.
Deux pneus, deux flats, deux flats.
Soraya Martinez Ferrada posted this video on Instagram saying that she had 2 flats thanks to a pothole. Earlier in the day, she hosted a press conference about the problem.
The numbers that you've seen are humongous.
She admitted that the city is struggling to keep up. According to the data, there have been 4,200 reports of potholes since January 1st.
An emu on the loose in Almont may have started a new Groundhog Day tradition.
Enzo is now the new Wyerton Willie.
An emu named Enzo took an unexpected stroll through Mississippi Mills on Monday after escaping from Gagne Homestead and Rescue, where she lives. While on the run, she explored the town and drew crowds. And at one point, the rescue says she stopped, looked down, and saw her shadow.
People walking their dogs stopped taking videos. People pulled to the side of the road in cars because nobody knew what to do with an emu. She did escape on Groundhog Day, and that took off. Great on social media.
As for Wyerton Willie, he did not see a shadow, raising hopes of an early spring, but in Mississippi Mills, Enzo did.
And can you imagine having Eddie Murphy and Martin Lawrence as your grandparents?
Okay, so this is Jasmine Lawrence. She is Martin Lawrence's daughter, and she and her partner, Eric Murphy, who is Eddie Murphy's son, have just announced her pregnancy.
The couple married last May and just this week announced that they are expecting. Eddie Murphy has joked in the past that he expects their future child to be funny.
I love this. That's like your dream, right? Best friends, having your kids marry and have a child together.
That's so great.
Yeah.
Imagine the family gatherings to come.
Right? Oh my
Just the
goodness.
amount of joy and laughter popping in. How many movies can we watch that are with you two? That's fun.
I feel like that needs to be a movie on its own.
I know, right?
For sure.
Throwing some jokes up in there, too.
Yeah. And we do have your weather picture of the day today, and Scott sent this in. It's the sunshine on Moonlight Bay while James works on the rink. Look at that beautiful picture.
Weather picture brought to you by Box Me Up. Moving, staging, renovating, just box me up.
And of course, we want to hear from you, and you can be featured right here on the show. Send your weather pictures to us, weathershots@ctv.ca. Again, that email address is weathershots@ctv.ca. As for your forecast today, we are expecting a few scattered flurries kind of off and on throughout the day ahead. Average temperatures, fairly average temperatures throughout the afternoon. The sun will be up very shortly, 7:19 a.m. and set tonight for 5:13 p.m. So we will see that nice long day again in the forecast for us. I love that the days are getting longer minute by minute, day by day. Currently sitting at -10 right now here in the city, so not a bad looking start to your morning, not overly cold outside to start off your Wednesday. -14 in Trenton, Kingston. Temps with the wind chill this hour feels like -17 in Ottawa, feels like -20 currently out in the valley. So inner skies this morning, it will be a bit of a cloudy day, not a ton of sunshine on the way, but we will see a few sunny breaks peeking through those clouds. A chance of scattered flurries this morning, which will kind of continue through your evening hours as well. Overnight tonight, then we will see partly cloudy conditions, so this system will clear out, and just some very light scattered flurries if we see any at all. Only a 40% chance of seeing those scattered flurries. Sunshine tomorrow before snow as we head into Friday. Today's daytime high, if you're heading off to school, -6 into the afternoon, so not a bad looking afternoon for us. We'll feel closer to -12. Similar temperatures throughout the region, -7 in the valley as well as in Bancroft. -5 is your daytime high out in Trenton for today, -6 in Gatineau, -7 over in Mont-Tremblant. So we will see colder temps as we head into the weekend. Overnight tonight, not so bad, dropping to -17. Sunshine for tomorrow, -8 is the high. Beautiful day for Thursday. Friday, a bit milder, but snowier. We're expecting about 5 centimeters of snow in total as we head into Friday. The weekend, nice and sunny, but yes, cold conditions. The cold weather is back into your daytime highs in the minus double digits. So daytime highs of -15, -14, and through the weekend, overnight lows into the -20s.
7-day weather forecast brought to you by Davidson Hearing Aid Centers, celebrating over 80 years in family business.
And on your Wednesday morning commute, here's some updates for you. Let's start eastbound on the 417, seeing some slowdowns at the 416 split until about Woodruff. Westbound on the 174, seeing buildup between 10th Line and Montreal Road. Nicholas moving slowly, coming off westbound on the 417, so leave yourself a little bit of extra time. And the crews are still out working, clearing some of that snowfall. So again, as always, take your time. Melissa.
Well, wedding season is in the air, and for all the latest trends, Lux Wed Experience is hosting a multicultural wedding show. Well, we will talk wedding dresses today with one of the organizers, Ariana Sadi. Good morning to you.
Good morning. Good morning. How are you?
I'm so good. Tell us more about the show that's coming up, Lux Wed Experience.
All right. So this is the first multicultural wedding show that is happening in Ottawa, and we're bringing it on February 7th at the Infinity Convention Center. We bring a lot of culture, diversity, and a lot of tradition into this event. It's the first time happening in Ottawa, and we're very excited.
So this is a very unique wedding show that we'll be seeing.
Yes, yes. It has never happened in Ottawa specifically. So we thought one day, we were like, okay, let's do this. And here we are a year later.
Yeah, incredible. Okay, so today we're going to talk some of the trends, and we have some beautiful wedding dresses today.
Yes.
So let's call in our first model. I mean, this is absolutely stunning.
Whoa,
Give us the details.
Beautiful model. Faria is wearing Chandan design, and they are from Toronto.
Okay.
And they have like Chandan heritage, and look at the culture. So this is what you will be seeing on runway. This is one of the examples. We have much more designers.
Okay.
So this is our traditional morning bridal Indian bridal look, where the bride is wearing this beautiful, beautiful red lehenga with double dupatta, and then look at the stunning jewelry. Like, that's like just wow. And we're going with the makeup wise, we're going very neutral, glowy skin, nude lips, and natural eyes, nothing so dramatic because we have a lot going on.
Even her hands
Yes,
have beautiful jewelry
beautiful,
designs on them
beautiful.
as well.
Yes, yes.
Wow.
And these designs are from Toronto as well, so we are excited to showcase them on our show.
Yeah, beautiful stuff. I mean, the detail in this.
The detail. Look at
the
stitching. There's like a little blue and pink going on, which is like it's a little peach, I believe, and then there is some flowers, and this is beautiful. Like look at the work that has been put in. And Chandan Design Heritage is they're known for their design, and they're very well known in Toronto, and we are very, very proud to bring them in Ottawa and showcase their designs.
Incredible.
Yes.
Absolutely stunning. Thank you so much. We'll call in our second model to see a very different wedding look.
Different. As I said, it's a multicultural.
I love that. I love that.
So these are like two I could only bring to you. So I was like, okay, let's showcase our beautiful, beautiful model. Carol is wearing Cinder Bridals. She's local. Cinder Bridal House. And they're in Canada. And look at the lace work.
Gorgeous.
And I believe this is what we're going to be seeing in 2026. More lace, very neutral, like very plain, and more of like a sweetheart neck. And with the hair makeup, we went very like romantic, and makeup is very like natural, so nothing too dramatic. Lips are nude, and the eyes as well is like neutral colors with a little bit of a pearly shimmer. And I'm just wow with. So these are some of the examples what we're going to be seeing on our runway, and we have much more designers who are going to be showcasing their beautiful designs. And we do have, as I said, multicultural. So we do have Afghans, we do have menswear where they're going to be showcasing Simersu. They will be showcasing their menswear, and we do have Naya Boutique and Panava Boutique. So and we have a lot of entertainment on the runway as well. So
there'll be like a fashion show, so you can take in the different designs.
Yes, they're going to be to fashion show. We have it from 12 p.m. till 1:30. We're going to be in between. There's going to be much more entertainment as well.
And there'll be different vendors as well. Can you kind of give us an idea? Would there be like hair, makeup vendors, a little bit of everything?
Yes.
Anything that deals with wedding, I guess?
Yes. Okay. So I would say like the moment the bride and groom, they are bride-to-bes who enter Infinity, they'll be welcome with a welcome drink, and then they can come in foyer. They can taste some vendors. We have food vendors. They're going to be there, and then there's a lot of amazing vendors. We do have photo booth. We have photographers. We have, of course, like designers, and we do have a lot of, I would say, the vendors, local and from Montreal and Toronto.
Wonderful.
So we will be showcasing, and what they will see, my brides, they will see everything, every design on the runway from our designers as well. There's going to be some makeup and hair, and I'll be taking care of all that on the runway.
Wonderful. Well, they look exquisite this morning, so thank you so much for joining us today. And again, you can head online to the website. You're welcome. Head online to the website for more information. And again, that bridal show is happening this weekend. So thank you again for giving us a little sneak peek.
Thank you. Thank you.
Rosie.
Today is World Cancer Day. Coming up, we find out how the Ottawa Cancer Foundation is putting not just the disease, but people at the center of cancer care. Our guest is standing by in the Your Morning Ottawa Lazy Boy Lounge. Here's a live look through our Centennial Glass Sky Cam. It is 7:14 on your Wednesday. We'll be right back. Good morning, Ottawa. It is World Cancer Day, and this year's theme, United by Unique, highlights a global movement to put people, not just the disease, at the center of cancer care. The Ottawa Cancer Foundation is doing exactly that through its people-centered model and community cancer hubs. And joining us is Chief Mission Officer Sue Merrill to share how this approach is reshaping support right here in Ottawa. Good morning to you, Sue.
Good morning,
Good
Rosie.
morning to you. Cancer care. It's multi-pronged, every single person, their cancer experience is different, and that's what you're doing. That's what you're highlighting, how each person is individual, is unique.
Exactly. We know that everyone's experience with cancer will be different. Depends, you know, their support network might be different. We want to wrap people around with supportive cancer care outside of the medical support that they get at the hospital.
So World Cancer Day, which is today, would you say that that's what the main crux of World Cancer Day is about?
Exactly. I think it's raising awareness so that we all know, one, we want to let people know they're not alone on this journey. There are supports outside of just medical support, and we are a community cancer hub, and we really create a community for people to be part of and not feel alone on this journey.
Can we go into a little bit more? We're showing some visions here about the Ottawa Cancer Foundation and ways in which they're doing just that, the approach to cancer and bringing the individual to the forefront.
Exactly. So our community cancer hub, which you see the pictures of, we offer supports that range from exercise, movement, mindfulness, meditation, emotional support. We have therapeutic art groups. We can help people with nutrition guidance and workshops. So all those aspects that people don't think about when you think about cancer. And we do it in a home-like setting. It's not institutional. It's a beautiful, beautiful space.
So that's the community center hub in Bell's Corner, right?
Our main hub is at 1500 Alta Vista,
okay,
but we've just recently expanded to Bell's Corners. Yeah,
tell us about that.
Well, we heard a lot. We have a community advisory group of people with lived experience, and we heard loud and clear that although they love our service and it's very impactful, it's very far for people west of Ottawa and rural communities. So we want to be more accessible and equitable, and so we've just started 1 day a week, Mondays in Bell's Corners at Hollier House. And we have a range of programs on Mondays, and they're all free. People can come, get a workshop, do a yoga class, do a nutrition workshop. We do therapeutic martial arts for kids.
Come on. Yeah. This is such a therapeutic, holistic approach.
Exactly, exactly. Because what people need is all different. Some people just need information navigating the complexity. Some people feel very anxious, imagine the fear, the overwhelm. Some people just feel a little bit alone with it, because even though they might have family and friends, what we hear is when they're at our hub, they meet other people going through the exact same thing, and they feel connected. They feel there's a community for them.
Sue, you are the Chief Mission Officer at the Ottawa Cancer Foundation. What has been the greatest pride that you've had in being in this position?
Oh my gosh. Well, I think, one, I get to work with an incredible, we're a small but mighty team of incredible people. One client said, it's like everyone here is dipped in honey. It's a warm, friendly place, but it's the clients. When they come in, you can just see the sense of relief when they walk through the doors, and they thank us all the time and talk about what a difference this makes. So that is so fulfilling for me.
And folks who are watching, they can get more information. You've got, you're online.
Exactly. Our website has a calendar that you can see what's happening in the hub. There's over 100 offerings every month. You can see what's happening at the West Hub, and if people want to make a donation, they can do that there as well. We don't get any government funding, so we're all through the generosity of our donors and through our events. This is how we're able to provide these services.
Today is World Cancer Day. I've got Sue Merrill here with the Ottawa Cancer Foundation. This new approach that looking at the individual and highlighting them and giving them all the care inside and out that they need. Thank you so much for coming by.
Thank you for having us, Rosie.
Well, do you have a fire escape plan? Because if not, you want to listen to this segment. We got Leanne joining us from Ottawa Fire Safety, always providing us with what we need to know to make sure we're being safe as possible. Good morning to you.
Good morning. Thanks for having me, as always.
No, I think it's so great, because I feel like even sometimes from school on, we forget or we don't get re-educated on what we need to know, and you are here to walk us through that escape plan.
Wonderful, thank you. Yeah, so we also thought that with Family Day this month, it's a perfect time to bring it out, because if you're looking for an activity to do, it's extremely simple. It'll only take about 20 minutes, get everybody involved, and then everybody knows. So it's really important just to know, you just have to draw a simple diagram of your house. We're not looking for any crazy details, just so that you know the layout. Then you're going to want to actually do a walk through the house and look for 2 ways out of each room as you're going. While you're doing that, it's really important to give a test to your smoke alarms just by simply pressing the button. That way, not only do you test them and know they're working, but especially if you have younger kids, they get to learn the sound of the alarm and know what it means. Then you want to also, while you're doing your walkthrough, just make sure all your exits are accessible. So there's nothing blocking them, there's nothing in the way, and all of that. Then you pick a meeting place to get out and meet everybody when they're there, making sure everybody knows what number to call, which in Ottawa, we're very lucky, is 911.
Right.
And making sure that your house number is visible as well for when the fire crews arrive is really important. And now that's for a residential home. In Ottawa, though, we have high-rises as well.
Yes, we do. Many of them.
Yes, and they have a bit of a different plan that you need to set up. There'll actually already be one in place when you move in, and so those have to deal with the exit doors at the end of your hallways. So you always want to know where they are, and then you have a choice. Obviously, evacuating is always the safest thing to do. If everybody got out, that's the best way to do. But apartment buildings are designed quite securely, so that if the fire's not in your unit or in the proximity, you can actually rest within your unit and maintain your safety through the fire and security systems that they have within the building when it was designed.
Right.
Yeah, and also, so if anybody's looking for it, you can actually get a copy of our escape plan on our website at ottawa.ca/fire. But don't feel you need to use this. You can use a plain piece of white paper as well. And then you can do that. But also this month, we are going to be releasing our new high-rise fire safety pamphlet as well onto the website, which will have even more information about being safe within a high-rise apartment.
Which is always great, right? Having that peace of mind, instilling this with your family, with your children. Tell me some don'ts when you're going through this, because I'm sure you deal with this a lot of the times.
Yes.
What are certain things that we shouldn't be doing when we come up with this fire safety plan?
Yeah, so what you shouldn't be doing is making routes that are too hard to get out. So like, don't plan on, if you have a tiny window, don't plan on that being your option of escape. Make sure they're realistic options and they're safe options for you to be able to get out. And making sure that if, a lot of the times people forget that if we have younger children or we have older adults with us and things like that, that you need to make sure they understand. And if they don't, have a plan in place to help them if the alarm does go off.
Okay. And if you're in one of those rooms and you see one way but not two ways out and you're a little bit stumped, what's the best protocol from that point looking forward? Because you might be in a situation where that comes out.
Very true. That's an excellent question. So it's important to know that if you do get stuck in that room where your only way out is blocked, that there are steps that you can take to keep yourself safe. And it's what we call sheltering in place. So if you were in a room that had no window and you couldn't get out, you want to put something underneath the door to block any of the extra smoke coming in. Hopefully you have a form of communication with you. If you do, you can call 911. And our dispatchers will answer and they will walk you through steps to keep you safe, as well as finding out where you are located, as well as the conditions you're located in, so that we can send rescue crews in to get you out safely.
Got it. Well, I think it's so important to have this information because you never want to be in the situation, but unfortunately, people are in those situations with them and their families. So, Leanne, we always appreciate your time coming with us.
Thank you so very much.
All right, we have an incident heading on Nicholas, heading into the downtown area. So if you are coming in downtown at this time or you're prepping to come downtown, just know it's going to be a little bit delayed on your Wednesday morning commute. As updates become available, we'll be sure to pass them along throughout the rest of our show. We're going to head outside. There, sky came on George Street. There's a little sunshine poking through. Temperatures stay mild for at least one more day before a cold snap brings into the weekend. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Morning to you. I'm Rosie Edda.
I'm Willie Yellow.
And I'm Melissa Lamb.
Thanks so much for joining us. We're looking at a mild day again today, so that is always nice, with a touch of snow.
A little bit of flurries this afternoon, but more snow on the way into Friday.
All right, we'll talk about that in a minute. But first off, we're going to get to today's top stories. As federal public servant unions are warning that everyday Canadians will feel the impact of upcoming job cuts, the workers are looking for clarity about the options they have as confusion grows around the early retirement packages.
Some, I guess, are thinking of doing like what I've done, the alternation, but you know, they're don't know whether or not to wait it out, or there's confusion.
The program is not available yet as it has not yet received royal assent. The budget calls for 16,000 jobs to be eliminated through workforce adjustments, while 12,000 positions will be cut mainly through attrition and early retirement packages.
A pedestrian is in hospital with serious injuries after being struck by a vehicle downtown. It happened just after 7 last night on Rideau Street. Paramedics say that the woman is expected to survive her injuries. Police are asking for any witnesses who have seen the collision to come forward.
Ottawa police are looking for a suspect allegedly involved in several thefts linked to Facebook Marketplace sales in the city's West End. Police say multiple incidents have taken place in the College Square area since December. The suspect allegedly poses as a potential buyer and steals smartphones. Police say he's known as Ben and is described as a Middle Eastern man in his 20s. A dump truck driver is in hospital after his vehicle rolled down a 40-foot embankment in the city's West End. This happened on March Road in Carp Tuesday morning. The vehicle had landed on its side at the bottom of the hill. The driver was able to get out but could not climb back up due to the extent of his injuries. The rope rescue team helped pull him to safety. He was brought to hospital in stable condition.
Former Prime Minister Stephen Harper's official portrait has been unveiled. The reveal happened nearly 20 years after his Conservatives formed government. It was painted by Canadian artist Phil Richards, who has done many famous portraits over the years, including the Diamond Jubilee portrait of Queen Elizabeth II. Harper spoke at the event and called for unity among politicians.
I sincerely hope that mine is just one of many portraits of prime ministers from both parties that will continue to be hung here for decades and centuries to come. But that will require that in these perilous times, both parties, whatever their other differences, come together against external forces that threaten our independence and against domestic policies that threaten our unity.
Harper's Conservatives formed government in 2006. He eventually stepped down in 2015 after his party lost the election to Justin Trudeau's Liberals.
Prince Edward has broken the royals' family's silence on the Jeffrey Epstein scandal, becoming the first senior royal to speak publicly about it.
I think it's all really important always to remember the victims and who are the victims in all this.
His remarks follow new Epstein documents released linking his brother Andrew to the late sex offender and financier. Andrew faces growing pressure to give evidence over what he knows, but has denied any wrongdoing. A new platform called Moltbook is making headlines.
Moltbook is kind of like Reddit, but it's not for humans, it is for AI agents.
It's a social network that's built only for AI agents. Humans can observe but can't post or comment. Launched last week, it's already home to over 1.5 million AI agents sharing posts, creating new languages and religions, and even discussing rebellion against humans.
Many Ottawa-based space companies are anxiously awaiting the successful flight of the Artemis II space mission, which would put their technologies one step closer to leaving orbit. The mission, which will see astronauts travel around the moon and back to Earth, was delayed due to fuel leaks. This has allowed local companies more time to perfect their contributions, which will be featured on Artemis II. Mission Control is designing lunar rovers that could lead to humans settling on the moon permanently.
The rovers that we're working on with our science instruments, part of it is looking for water, which is really important for using water on the moon for humans to survive, but we can also use it to make rocket fuel in the future so that we can use the moon as a launching point for future missions to Mars and beyond.
The goal of the Artemis II space mission is to help return humans to the moon's surface and eventually leading to a sustainable human presence.
Unique views of Alaska's North Slope are being provided by some unlikely photographers.
Yeah, those photographers would be grizzly bears. 12 bears have been outfitted with video collars in order to shoot footage for researchers.
So this area of Alaska is remote territory for any grizzly bear. And while the framing isn't perfect, researchers think it will be valuable. Look at that.
That is fascinating.
That's a really cool POV.
Yeah. Very interesting.
I feel like you could just kind of watch that for a long period of time. See, like even this, like what are they thinking? What are they doing? Who's gathering? And then off we go again.
Wow.
Yeah. So cool.
Absolutely. Our forecast today, another mild day, and then we have some cool conditions in through the weekend, unfortunately. We could even see a few scattered flurries early this morning into your afternoon. Not a lot of accumulation, just some light scattered flurries in through your day ahead. A little bit of sunshine out there as well, and then milder temperatures this week, colder as we head through the weekend. -10 here in the city, so not a bad start to your day right now. It's -13 in the valley, -14 for Trenton, -15 currently out in Kingston, -17 is how temps feel. So these are temperatures with the wind chill, -21 in the valley this morning and -20 over in Trenton. It is a little cloudy out there, but we will get to see some sunshine this morning into your afternoon, mainly cloudy skies with a bit of sunshine throughout the day ahead. A chance of some flurries throughout the day ahead as well. We could see some scattered flurries here and there this morning into your afternoon. It should clear up by this evening. Overnight, partly cloudy skies, sunshine tomorrow, and then Friday. Yes, this is another low pressure system bringing some snow to the area, so we are expecting about 5 centimeters of snow in total on Friday. As we head into your recess forecast, a perfect day for recess. Temperatures fairly mild. We could see cloudier conditions with, again, a few scattered flurries today. Temperatures hovering around -10, -9 through your morning recess. And then this afternoon, we'll reach that daytime high of -6 today. We'll feel closer to -10, -12 throughout those afternoon hours. -6 for us here in the city, -7 in the valley, -5 in Trenton, -6 is your daytime high out along the Seaway, -7 for Kitigan, Zibi, as well as out in Petawawa today as well. So temperatures not too bad today. A little mixture of everything. Again, some sunshine, cloud coverage. We could see some flurries. So a mixture of everything in the forecast for us today. It will stay fairly mild, very average for this time of the year. Overnight -17. Tomorrow nice and sunny, clear skies. As we head into Friday, that snow, about 5 centimeters in total. Then cold conditions as we head into the weekend. Highs of -15, -14, but it will be nice and sunny. Okay, on your drive in, heading on Nicholas downtown, there is a collision. The right-hand lane and right shoulder is closed, so you can see it is causing traffic delays. Also heading on the 417 eastbound Innocent, there is a collision in the right lane and right shoulder is closed. So a couple of messy spots this morning on your drive into work.
Traffic brought to you by Presler Injury Lawyers. 1-800-JUSTICE.
Paging Dr. Paul, and today we are discussing a common concern for parents, fever in children. So we are paging Dr. Paul to find out how to evaluate a child's fever and to understand how to treat it.
Yeah.
Good morning to you, Dr. Paul.
Good morning, Rosie.
Good morning to you. Okay, so can we just ask this?
Yeah.
What temperature is considered, child's got a fever?
Well, depending where you take it, either orally or rectally, but I consider anything over 38 degrees.
Okay.
Normal is 37, let's put it this way.
Okay.
37,
Okay.
37.5. So anything over 38 degrees, to me, is a fever. But I must qualify that, Rosie, because the fever is not the only thing that you're looking at. You can have a child that has a higher fever, but is very well, looks well. It doesn't work. That looks very well, and so so the number is important, but it's not the only thing we need to be looking at. I've got children that had very high fever running around the hallway. Other children who are sicker, so that's the thing you need to be looking at.
What causes a fever?
Good question. It's a body's reaction to likely something outside, so a virus or a germ coming into the body, and it's the body's reaction trying to fight it off, actually. So it gives us a sign. So when we're worried about fever, we're not really worried about the fever itself. We're worried about, what's causing the fever, right? That's the most important thing.
What
virus is it? Is it a bacteria? Do we need to give antibiotics or those type of things?
You mentioned right off the top, you said that you can take a child's temperature orally or rectally.
Yes.
Which is better?
Well, for children 5 and below, it's rectally, because orally they have to be able to hold the thermometer in their mouth, right? So anybody over 5 years of age. Now, some people do it in the armpit. It's not an accurate way of doing it. So younger children rectally, any child over 5 years of age by mouth.
Okay, so what fever medications are out there for children?
Okay, first of all, we do not use aspirin. I say that at the top of the hour. So aspirin, ASA is not used. We have Tylenol, which is acetaminophen, or ibuprofen, which is Motrin. Those are the two things that are given. They should be given every 4 to 6 hours based on the recommendations on the package. The other thing, too, is parents ask me, my child has an ear infection, and they gave my child antibiotics. The antibiotics take about 24, 48 hours to kick in, and they ask, well, can I give my child fever medications although he or she is taking antibiotics? And the answer is yes for the first day or so.
Is there a way to treat a fever without medication?
Yeah, there is. There's basically what you want to do, again, presuming the child is well otherwise, is feeding and drinking well, and is older. That's younger children, less than 6 months of age, we worry more about. But the very thing, simple things that you can do is don't overdress the child.
Okay.
And lukewarm, sponge baths are very good. No alcohol rubs or anything like that, because I know a lot of people talk about that. So basically, lukewarm sponge baths keep the baby comfortable.
When should you call your doctor and go, whoa, this is really scary, I'm nervous? When do you do that?
First of all, for younger children less than 6 months of age, you should be calling your doctor for any sign of a fever.
Okay.
Particularly less than 3. Less than 3 months of age, I'm really worried about fever in children. In older children, if the fever persists more than 3 or 4 days, or if the fever is very high, over 39.5. And for that matter, Rosie, again, I can't stress enough, even if it's low fever and the baby is not, or the child is not behaving normally, not feeding well, having difficulty breathing, it's not just a fever that will trigger you to get medical attention.
That's a telltale sign when they're not behaving normally.
Exactly. That's what, so it's the combination of the fever, other symptoms, and not behaving normally, not able to sleep, not able to drink, not able to feed, not able to breathe properly.
What if you don't have a doctor, if you don't have a family doctor?
Well, if it's an emergency, you need to go, unfortunately, you need to go to the emergency room, or if there's a walk-in clinic.
Dr. Paul, always such a pleasure to have you on the show. We always learn something new. Thank you very much for your time this morning. Thank you so much. All right, coming up next on Your Morning Ottawa, the Undercurrents Theatre Festival brings a new play to the stage inspired by the women living under oppression in Iran. Here's a live look through our Centennial Glass Sky Cam. You're watching Your Morning Ottawa, 7:43. We'll be right back after this. Good morning, Ottawa.
The Undercurrents Festival is now in its 16th year, and it all gets kicked off tonight, and we are so lucky to get a little sneak peek here today. We have Ava joining us this morning, and Sam, good morning to you both.
Good morning.
Very exciting time, 16 years. Can you give us the details on the Undercurrents Festival?
Absolutely. So we're Ottawa's contemporary theatre festival.
Fun.
It's all about everything from evolving new works to polished national theatre. We have Ottawa playwrights, we have national playwrights, just kind of the best theatre we can bring into Ottawa from across the country.
Incredible.
It's kicking off tonight, as you said. We're on from the 4th to the 14th. We've got 7 performances, 22 shows in total.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's going to be really special this year. We're really excited.
Where is everything happening?
It's all at Arts Court, 2 Daly Avenue, just beside the Rideau Center.
Very exciting.
Yeah.
And now, Ava, you wrote a play called Sound. Can you give us the details on that?
Yes, well, the general idea of Sound is about the journey of Iranian women over the couple of decades, from different generations until my generation right now, and the resilience that they have had throughout all the hardship over the decades. Yeah.
And what inspired you to write this play?
Well, the idea behind it actually generated in 2022 when the Women Life Freedom Movement started in Iran. But the more I tried to write about one victim or one person that was killed or one family, it just felt incomplete. So I started tracing back the actions that led us to that moment in that year. And I went all the way back to the previous revolution and my mom's participation in that, which led to Sound.
Wow. Okay, we have a little sneak peek that we want to let you listen to. Very emotional.
Yes.
Is that what you were trying to gain from this?
Well, the piece is extremely personal because it is an autobiographic piece. So it starts from my personal memories. It's very emotional for me, at least. But it does turn into a very collective experience from a point, because I believe that that's what happens to Iranian women. We make way, our personal identity makes way for that collective identity.
And this is just one of the many samples that we will, kind of get to enjoy throughout the Currents Festival.
Yes, absolutely. So Sound is one of our 4 Ottawa world premieres. So we're very excited to have 3 other shows by Ottawa playwrights, which are all brand new and greeting the world at Undercurrents. So we've got Sound, Wind, That Is Not a Toy, and 12 2.0 are all shows we're super proud of and are all homegrown success stories.
Wow. And are they all a little bit different in their meaning and their theme as well?
Super different. So Undercurrents is interesting because we don't have one thematic through line like other theater festivals do. We sort of try to cast a very wide net so that there's something for everybody. And if I had to say there was one thing that connects all the shows, is they're all super immediate. Like we don't have any, period pieces, but everything is dealing with themes that are very, very timely to the world we're living in right now, which I think is a strength theater has as opposed to film or TV, where we can tackle the here and the now in a room with all of our peers, you know? Yeah.
And so tell about the kickoff for tonight. What's happening?
So tonight we've only got one show, That Is Not a Toy. It's our big kickoff show, and we also have a toast that we're doing around 7 o'clock in the theater with everyone that's going to come out. And then the festival just kind of gets rolling. We've got 2 or 3 shows a night until the 14th.
Incredible. And Sound starts on the 11th?
Yes.
Wonderful. And where can people go for tickets or more information?
Yeah, it's all at ottawafringe.com, or if you want to get really fancy, ottawafringe.com/undercurrents.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Well, thank you both so much for joining us today. We truly appreciate it. And congratulations on your work. That's incredible.
Thank you for having us.
You're welcome. Rosie.
Coming up in the 8 o'clock hour, we have some Valentine's Day gift ideas for you. If you're looking to grab a gift for a loved one, that's coming up shortly.
It is time for your milestones on this Wednesday, February 4th. We're starting off with a happy 13th birthday to our son, Christian. We are so proud of you, and that you are. We love you so much. This is from Mom, Dad, and your sister, Chloe. We got a happy 11th birthday to share from Colton. Love Mom, Dad, Landon, and all of your extended family. Here we go. A happy 1st birthday, Vienna. Love Mommy and Daddy, Nono and Situ, and all of your family and friends. Double digit alert. Very happy 10th birthday to Autumn. Love Mom, Dad, Miri, Papa, and Kylie. If you have a milestone celebrated with us, send us those announcements for kids turning 13 and under, or 100 or more, or wedding anniversary 50 or more. Just email us your Morning Ottawa milestones at ctv.ca, and we will share that announcement on air. And coming up in the next hour, the Super Bowl is just days away now, and we break down how you can host the best party. Valentine's Day will be here before you know it. And if you're looking for a great gift idea, don't worry, we got you covered with some trending fragrances for your partner. And turning a catering business into a permanent restaurant, why 2 partners have set up shop in Smiths Falls. Taking a peek through our Skycam on George Street. Still a little cloudy this morning with some flurries to fall, but temperatures mild for another day. Stay with us. Happy Wednesday, friends.
It's Wednesday, February 4th. Public sector unions sounding the alarm over the impact of federal government cuts on Canadians.
Sliding play, takes it away from Chatfield for a quick second, comes back over to Batherson. Sanderson, a drive, scores!
The Senators' hot streak has officially come to an end, losing against Carolina last night.
And from a catering business to a permanent restaurant, we introduce you to MX Cuisine in Smiths Falls. Your Morning Ottawa continues right now.
Good morning, just after 8 o'clock. Welcome. I'm Rosie Edda.
I'm Will Aiello.
And I'm Melissa Lamb.
Still lots to come here on Your Morning Ottawa. We're going to continue with our news headlines as the country's largest public sector union is sounding the alarm over what's at stake for every Canadian, with significant cuts on the horizon. Of the planned 28,000 job cuts by the year 2029, the government says 16,000 will be through workforce adjustments and 12,000 through attrition and early retirement packages. The Public Service Alliance of Canada president said from Health Canada to the Canadian Food Inspection Agency, the impacts will be felt.
Especially when you just look at Canada Food Inspection Agency, who's looking to lose over 20% of its workforce. These are the inspectors that look at foodborne illness and outbreaks. So, you know, at the end of the day, the services are so viable. The question is, how does the government plan to make sure that these services continue?
Some employees have received letters like this one from the federal government offering an early retirement, but the program isn't available yet because it hasn't received royal assent.
A pedestrian is in hospital with serious injuries after being struck by a vehicle downtown. It happened just after 7 last night on Rideau Street. Paramedics say the woman is expected to survive her injuries. Police are asking for any witnesses who may have seen the collision to come forward. An Ottawa man is sharing his story, how leading cancer research and care at the Ottawa hospital helped save his life. His treatment was unique, allowing him to receive care at home. Ted Wagstaff, a 61-year-old business investor, started to feel unwell last spring and was diagnosed with severe double-hit lymphoma. He had multiple tumors, one the size of a sweet potato. Typical chemotherapy wasn't going to be enough, which led to his unconventional form of treatment, which involved a backpack so he could receive chemotherapy 24/7.
I would get literally a backpack with chemo in it and a pump. Every day I would go back to the hospital to get a new bag of chemo. I would sleep with it, I would shower with it, go for a walk, just that my chemo backpack went everywhere with me.
His doctor says Wagstaff's journey highlights the groundbreaking cancer work being done right here in Ottawa. Wagstaff is now in remission.
Ottawa police are looking for a suspect allegedly involved in several thefts linked to Facebook Marketplace sales in the city's West End. Police say multiple incidents have taken place in the College Square area since December. The suspect allegedly poses as a potential buyer and steals smartphones. Police say he's known as Ben and has been described as a Middle Eastern man in his 20s.
3 teenagers from Ottawa are facing charges in connection with a pair of robberies in Gatineau. According to Gatineau police, someone was attempting to sell an item on Facebook Marketplace when they were confronted by 2 men on Boulevard de Greaves around 7:30 last night. Police say one of the suspects was armed with a possible firearm. The suspects allegedly took the victim's cell phone and left. Then, just after an hour later, a second call for a robbery was made in the area of Rue Richer. Police arrested 3 people, 2 19-year-olds and a 15-year-old.
What you're about to see, dashcam video shows the moment a vehicle careened off a highway overpass in the west end of Toronto. The vehicle collided with a transport truck in the lanes below. 2 people were taken to hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. Police say that both speed and snow may have been factors.
An emo on the loose in Almont may have started a new Groundhog Day tradition.
Enzo is now the new Wyerton Willie.
An emu named Enzo took an unexpected stroll through Mississippi Mills on Monday after escaping from Gagne Homestead and Rescue, where she lives. While on the run, she explored the town and drew crowds. And at one point, the rescue says she stopped, looked down, and saw her shadow.
People walking their dogs stopped taking videos. People pulled to the side of the road in cars because nobody knew what to do with an emu. She did escape on Groundhog Day, and that took off great on social media.
As for Wyerton Willie, he did not see his shadow, raising hopes of an early spring, but in Mississippi Mills, Enzo did.
And it's festive bun season in Copenhagen.
Over the weekend, runners organized their annual half marathon built around the festival.
So runners run from one bakery to another to determine who has the best one. This bun is a cream and jam-filled pastry, which is catching on in popularity just outside of Denmark.
So they're sweet buns, it looks like.
Yeah, and also, you know, having something like that and then continuously running, those aren't the easiest things to sell.
Yeah, that's not easy.
To run.
That's not easy.
Because you get your sugar high and then you get your
go
carb
down.
crash. Yes.
Yeah. Have y'all heard of the beer run? Where my gosh, they just chug the beer and then go again and go again. I don't know. I think I'd rather the bun run than the beer run.
The beer mile.
Sloshing around in you.
I will say that it is not fun.
The beer run?
I have partaken.
Have you done?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because you also kind of want to win, right? So then you're chugging the beer, then you're running faster, and by the third
What's
one,
happening?
it's not good.
Good.
Wouldn't suggest it.
I can imagine.
Don't do it.
We'll take your word for it.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Yes,
there you
yes.
Maybe a little winter run today.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah,
and a beer
perfect day
inside,
for
if you please.
Just a traditional winter run, you know, with maybe a few snowflakes, little snow on the ground. A good day for it as it's not overly cold. -6 today. It's just a little bit below average. And of course, the sun will set at 5:13. So you have quite a few hours to get out and still have that sun out while you go for that run. Currently sitting at -10. So temps haven't really moved too much this morning, but it isn't overly cold outside, which is great news. It does feel closer to -17 this hour. So these are temperatures with that wind chill. -22 in the valley, -23 in Kingston, -20 in Trenton. So not a bad looking start overall to your day. A little bit cloudy out there. Some sunshine early this morning into your afternoon. That's kind of what we will see today, a real mix. Cloudy conditions with a bit of sunshine. And we could even see some scattered flurries kind of popping up and here and there throughout the day ahead. That will continue this morning right through until your evening, and then it will start to clear up later on this evening into your overnight partly cloudy skies. Sunny for tomorrow, and then yes, snow on the way as we head into Friday. So some snow to end off the work week. Temperatures today -6 across the region, not too cold. Temperatures in the minus single digits, -7 for Pembroke as well as in Bancroft, -5 in Trenton. -6 is your daytime high in Kingston today, -7 in the valley as well as over in Kittigan-Sippy. So for the next couple of days, it will stay mild till Friday before we see a shift in colder conditions on the way overnight Friday. -6 for today, -17 is the low. Tomorrow, lots of sunshine, beautiful day for your Thursday. -4 as we head towards the end of the work weekend. Yes, we're expecting some snow on the way Friday. We could see 5 centimeters. Temperatures will be above average Friday, and that's the only real mild day this week where we will see above seasonal conditions. As we head into the weekend, back into the minus double digits, so cold weather on the way, but at least it will be nice and sunny Saturday and through Monday next week. On your roads, there's still a collision on the 417 West off Benram. It just got cleared, actually. This was at Nicholas. The right lane was closed. It was just cleared off. We also have a traffic pole that was knocked down northbound on Richmond Road at Carling, and eastbound on the 417. Still seeing slowdowns Moody in through Woodruff this morning. Heading west on the Queensway, a bit of congestion Hunt Club and through Parkdale. Also westbound on the 174, heavy from 10th line into the 417. Here's a live look at our Centennial Glass sky cam this morning, and temperatures not overly cold. Feels like -17 this hour. We could see some scattered flurries into the afternoon. Good morning, Ottawa. Happy Wednesday. It is 8:09.
Today's snow report brought to you by Sommet Edelweiss, where happiness falls from the sky.
And over at Edelweiss, they have 2 lifts open. You can also find 18 runs. Elsewhere on the mountains today, Mount Cascade has 4 of their 6 lifts open. Calabogie Peaks, 23 runs, 18 runs over at Borlage. And Camp Fortune, you'll find 5 out of their 7 lifts open.
For the quickest access to the mountain, purchase your tickets online, summitedelweiss.com. Grab your pass at the pickup box and head straight to the lift.
Well, we are just days away from the biggest sporting event of the year, and we show you how to be the best host with all the party gifts. Joining us today is Leanne Lacroix to make sure that we have everything that we need. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
And it's perfect that you were here. First, you were surprised because you're like, Will or Melissa? I have hosted a Super Bowl party a couple in my day, I'll have you know.
Well, you're going to give me some tips then, Will.
No. I need your tips. So walk us through how we make it to be really successful, because it can be a little bit stressful at times.
Yeah, I think that's where you have to think more about connection than perfection. Because this is friends and family usually that you're having. This is, you know, where you're just going to have fun, relax, but certain things you have to really take notice of. How many people are going to be there? Is there enough seating? And the most important thing, because I've seen this happen, do the TVs work?
Oh, no.
And do you have enough TVs?
Right.
So borrow TVs from your friends. I just think that would be a really fun thing to walk into someone's house, have one in the kitchen, have one in the family, one in the living room, one in the basement. Everywhere you went, there was a TV to watch the big game.
That's a great idea,
Yeah.
right? So it's like at any point, because if you're helping in the kitchen with some of the food, or
Yeah.
you're going off, maybe the kids are there playing in the area, you can kind of watch it from there.
Absolutely.
Yeah, good tip.
Yeah, absolutely. But, you know, it's just all about stations. That's, you know, there's so many ways that you can host a party. For this type of an event, I would think that everything would be prepped before.
Okay.
So the day before, I mean, if you think about nachos, tacos, and chili, it's all the same ingredients. It's just a different type of food.
Way to eat them, yeah. It's the same food in a different edible way. Yes, it is.
So do all your chopping, all your prepping, all your shredding of cheese. Get that all ready. If you're having a chili station, so you can have like a concession station, which I think is a lot of fun because you can have popcorn, you can have, you know, we did these little referee drinks, which is, these are all just fun things that you can make. Gather your, you know, little craft box if you have something. This is just striped paper around the water bottles with some little whistles. And it's, if you've never done anything like this before, you can do this and theme your party. So this little touchdown, this is a smaller version of the, what is this called?
Football field?
Football field.
Yeah, see, this is why we're a good team.
But, you know, you can do this. It's just crepe paper. So I've just wrapped cardboard. You could do this as large as you want to facilitate a table or a buffet area. So again, you're making these stations. You can have a mocktail station. You know, consider your friends that have to be the designated driver in a fun party. So make some really fun cocktails. Label a lot of things so people aren't coming to you. Hey, Will, where's this? Hey, Will. So if you have things out and people can serve themselves, that's going to make it a lot easier on you as the host. It's going to make a lot more fun for the guests just to really go to these different stations. You might have the concession downstairs with another TV with popcorn and water and treats and all kinds of fun things. And you might have your, you know, your chili station or your taco station upstairs in the living room and in the kitchen. So really try to spread those areas out and just make them self-serving. So it helps you.
Yeah, well, that's a win-win, right? Because you get to be a little bit less stressed as the host.
Yeah.
And then as a guest, you can come and you have to worry about, oh, like, should I grab before I do this? It's just open arms, go grab what you want. And also, you probably don't know this, but back in the day, okay, when I played hockey and went to Russian stuff, like Coca-Cola and grenadine was my drink. I haven't seen this in I think like 15 years.
Wow.
And this brings me back. So that's a great mocktail to have. And I know you touched on it before, but it is a great idea to have designated drivers prepared before you even come, because you might even not plan to drink, but then of course you have a few.
Yeah, absolutely. And then you don't want to be, you know, a burden on your host. You're sitting there waiting for an Uber on the big day, which is never going to happen.
Yes, no, never.
And, you know, even try to make your cups fun. These were really fun cups. They're neon rimmed cups. Have some nice cocktail glasses for your mocktails. And think about trays as well. Anything that's convenient that you can pop like all your chicken wings in, keep them warm in the oven. Crock pots. I mean, we were talking about borrowing TVs.
Oh, yeah.
But borrow crock pots. If you have family members or friends that you know have them, bring them over to your house so everything could be warming. Everything could be in their station ready to go. Lots of signs. This is, you know, these little things. Put signs on everything, even if like people might have allergies that you have to take into consideration. Vegan, vegetarian. I mean, all these things, it really can go as wide as far as you want to take the consideration into your parties, but have lots of signage, lots of little fun things that they can read. And
what I like about this too is you could get these for all of your guests, and then after the halftime show, no one speaks. They just give a rating.
Oh,
what did you think about the halftime show?
Yeah.
1 out of 10.
Oh,
they give it there.
Fun.
Well, thank you for coming in, because it's hard to believe it's just a few days away, and this makes it a little bit easier. But you know, is this? Okay, let's go. Ready?
Oh,
We'll do a little corner out. You say hut.
Oh, hut?
Yep.
Oh my God!
Yeah, you hut. Touchdown! Thanks, Leanne.
I don't even know what that is.
We won.
Cheers!
Yeah. All right, we're taking a peek outside through our Skycam on George Street. We're gonna do a nice little touchdown celebration here with some grenadine and Coca-Cola. What do you think?
Yum! I'm gonna try it.
Sounds good to me. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
The federal government, which says it is not interested in acquiring nuclear weapons after retired General Wayne Eyre said Canada should not rule it out. Let's check in with Bill Carroll from the Morning Rush on 580 CFRA to hear what he has to say about this. So, no go on nuclear weapons, Bill.
Well, you know, this is part of the problem we have in our country. And this is how we got ourselves into a situation where Donald Trump gets to say something about us that we don't want to hear, but is true, which is we don't do our part when it comes to defending ourselves. We've become so reliant on the United States and the rest of the NATO countries that we just sit back and we pretend we're so virtuous that we would never have nuclear weapons in this country, except that we sort of do, right? Because we've agreed to be part of an organization that has nuclear weapons, which is NATO. We have an organization called NORAD, which is about North American defense, where we are on the front lines waiting for any intrusion of airspace into North America. And if that happened to be a nuclear attack, we would help authorize and launch a nuclear attack from the United States against an enemy. So we're already this deep in nuclear weapons. But no, we like to be able to tell the world that we are not a nuclear country, and it's just not true. So we should drop the hypocrisy here and also realize that you want a tripwire against this American president or some future American president, have your own nuclear weapons. That's how you get real sovereignty. And I know it's terrible to hear that. God forbid it should ever come to that. And I really don't believe that even this president would ever invade the United States. But what if this president or some other president in the future said, we'll trade off part of Canada's north to Russia in exchange for something else? Where would we be then if we can't enforce our own sovereignty? So it's not an easy conversation to have, but we should stop dismissing it offhand and pretending we're superior to other countries in the world, because we're not.
Thank you for that, Bill. You have yourself a great show.
Okay, guys, have a good one.
Remember, you can listen to The Morning Rush with Bill Carroll on News Talk 580 CFRA weekdays from 6 to 10 a.m.
And Valentine's Day will be here before you know it. And if you still need a gift idea for your loved one, don't worry, we have you covered. Sid Kratzberg is here to break down some fragrances that you can, of course, pick up before the big day. Good morning to you, Sid.
Good morning, and I'm feeling the love at CTV.
And this looks beautiful here
Thank
today.
you,
Tell
thank
us
you.
a new fragrance that you can find right now for Valentine's Day.
Oh, I'd love to. I'm so excited. People are aware of the fabulous Jimmy Choo collection, but
this is the new one?
OMG. Oh my God. This is the new one with raspberry, absolutely freesia and white musk.
Okay.
Ladies,
Can I smell it?
I just launched it
Oh, that's beautiful.
a
You
few
can smell
days
the
ago,
raspberry
and
in
it's
there.
flying out the door.
Yeah,
Is that
okay.
not gorgeous?
And the name is, it's beautiful. And the name is really cute, too.
I want you with love.
I want you with love.
Isn't
That's
that
adorable.
fabulous?
That's
And
perfect for
For
Valentine's
the next
Day.
month, throughout the month of February, there are some amazing gifts with Jimmy Choo.
Oh, okay.
I love this little clutch.
Cute.
You know,
yeah.
and the tote bag. This is
Okay.
DDG, drop dead gorgeous.
Love
Isn't that
it. Look at that
fabulous?
pink sparkle. I mean, I'm all about pink and I'm all about sparkle, so
I
this is
knew
gorgeous.
that. Isn't
yeah.
that gorgeous? And this collection is incredible. You know, I've been in the business 17 years. To have a collection where everyone is outstanding.
Yeah.
It's fabulous.
Okay, good to know.
And
so Jimmy
then,
Choo.
that's
Moving on.
Jimmy Choo. Moving on. The world of Versace. This new one, I'm
Yeah.
telling you, Melissa,
Okay.
GHI, you gotta have it.
Gotta have it. And what sorts of fragrance
Is this
notes
not
are we here
gorgeous?
smelling?
Again, you
beautiful.
have raspberry and you have green rosebuds. It's
very
absolutely
fresh.
fabulous, isn't
It's
it?
beautiful.
And it's the Crystal collection, and it's
Okay.
called Crystal Emerald.
Beautiful.
I just love it. And do you know why it's emerald? Because Donatella's birthday.
Oh, is that her
It's
birthstone?
her birthstone is an emerald. So that was
Beautiful.
fabulous.
Okay, I
and
love
then,
it.
of course,
Your classics.
the classics. What's really awesome, look what they're getting with purchases. This whole collection
Okay.
with a large bottle. at the Sephora's during this month.
Okay.
And then for the gentlemen.
Let's talk about the guys, because they like to smell good as well.
Guys need to smell good. A lot of you are familiar. These are the two new ones.
Okay.
This was in Dubai first, and we waited over 2 years to get it
Wow.
with oud and saffron.
Oud and saffron, okay.
Yes.
Oh, that's very nice.
Isn't
and you
it
can smell
fabulous?
that saffron. Beautiful.
It's luxury.
Absolutely.
And the other one, energy, fabulous with amber and Sicilian lemon and blood orange. And again, fabulous gifts with purchase.
And that's nice because you get to try different wines,
You get
right?
to try the whole collection. So, you know what I always say? Flowers are beautiful,
Yes.
but they die.
Okay, this is true.
Chocolates, my wife used to say, I don't want to gain weight.
Okay.
But a bottle of fragrance, it's lasting.
It's lasting. I love that. And where can people find you this weekend?
I'll be in Chapman Mills.
Yep.
And throughout the month, I'll be at Sephora's doing fabulous events.
Perfect.
So go in, say hello. It's a great place to be. I love the vibe, the energy throughout.
And you can help people pick the perfect fragrance for Valentine's Day.
I love doing that.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining us here today and showing us what's new in the world of fragrance. Will.
I mean, who doesn't love smelling good, especially on Valentine's Day? It's a must. Like you said. Well, coming up on Your Morning Ottawa, turning a catering business into a permanent restaurant. Why two partners have set up shop in Smiths Falls. Our guests are standing by in the Your Morning Ottawa Delorier kitchen, getting us prepped for a delicious meal and their story. Let's head inside to outdoors through our sky cam. Still a little snowfall on the ground with more to come. We'll be right back.
On your Wednesday, welcome to Your Morning Ottawa. I'm Rosie Edda.
I'm Will Aiello.
And I'm Melissa Lamb.
And we are going to talk about the forecast because I'm very happy that it is a little bit warmer and we get a little bit of snow. So it makes for just beautiful conditions.
Right. Ski Hill's loving this weather. Of course, it's mild, so it's great to be outside. And then fresh snow on Friday.
Okay.
So a couple more days till we wait for that fresh snow.
Cannot wait for that. But right now, we are going to talk about your top stories. As federal public servants unions are warning that everyday Canadians will feel the impact of upcoming job cuts, the workers are looking for clarity about the options they have as confusion grows around the early retirement packages.
Some, I guess, are thinking of doing like what I've done, the alternation, but you know, don't know whether or not to wait it out, or there's confusion.
The program is not available yet it has not received royal assent. The budget calls for 16,000 jobs to be eliminated through workforce adjustments, while 12,000 positions will be cut mainly through attrition and early retirement packages.
A pedestrian is in hospital with serious injuries after being struck by a vehicle downtown. It happened just after 7 last night on Rideau Street. Paramedics say that the woman is expected to survive her injuries. Police are asking for any witnesses who may have seen the collision to come forward.
Ottawa police are looking for a suspect allegedly involved in several thefts linked to Facebook Marketplace sales in the city's West End. Police say multiple incidents have taken place in the College Square area since December. The suspect allegedly poses as a potential buyer and steals smartphones. Police say he's known as Ben and is described as a Middle Eastern man in his 20s. A dump truck driver is in hospital after his vehicle rolled down a 40-foot embankment in the city's West End. This happened on March Road in Carp Tuesday morning. The vehicle had landed on its side at the bottom of the hill. The driver was able to get out but could not climb back up due to the extent of his injuries. The rope rescue team helped pull him to safety. He was brought to hospital in stable condition.
Former Prime Minister Stephen Harper's official portrait has been unveiled. The reveal happened nearly 20 years after his Conservatives formed government. It was painted by Canadian artist Phil Richard, who has done many famous portraits over the years, including the Diamond Jubilee portrait of Queen Elizabeth II. Harper spoke at the event and called for unity amongst politicians.
I sincerely hope that mine is just one of many portraits of prime ministers from both parties that will continue to be hung here for decades and centuries to come. But that will require that in these perilous times, both parties, whatever their other differences, come together against external forces that threaten our independence and against domestic policies that threaten our unity.
Harper's Conservatives formed government in 2006. He eventually stepped down in 2015 after his party lost the election to Justin Trudeau's Liberals.
These aren't...
Okay, I'll go, right? These aren't quite magic beans, but they are said to be lucky.
This festival in Japan marks the last day of winter on the lunar calendar.
People show up to the temple where soybeans, rice cakes, and other snacks are thrown to them at some temples. Celebrity guests have the honor of throwing the snacks.
The ritual is set to bring good luck.
Oh,
there you go.
Very nice.
With like a little good luck these days, too. We'll take all that we can get.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, in your forecast today, we still have a couple of mild days before we, of course, head to another little cold snap as we head into the weekend. The good news is at least it will be sunny this weekend. We haven't seen a lot of sunshine this winter. It's been quite gloomy. Today's another day, not a lot of sunshine in the forecast for us, and we could even see some scattered flurries this morning into your afternoon. Temps still sitting at -10 here in the city. These are temps without the wind chill. -14 in the valley, -15 in Trenton, Kingston, -9 currently in Brockville. So temperatures really all over the map this morning. It feels closer to -18 this hour, so we've dropped a little bit this morning. -22 in the valley, -20 in Trenton. It feels like -22 as well over in Kingston. So it is cloudy out there to start things off. We could see a bit of sunshine kind of here and there throughout the day ahead, and that's what we will see throughout most of the day today. But still a chance of some scattered flurries into the day ahead as well. From this morning right through into the late part of your afternoon, we could see these scattered flurries kind of popping up here and there. It will clear up then into your evening. Overnight partly cloudy conditions. Sunshine on the way for tomorrow, and then yes, all this snow on the way as we head into Friday. So starting late in the morning on Friday, and we are expecting about 5 centimeters in total. -6 is your high for today, so fairly seasonal conditions for this afternoon. -7 out in Pembroke as well as in Bancroft. -5 for Trenton, -6 in Kingston. So temperatures in the minus single digits and fairly mid-single digits throughout most of the afternoon today. -7 is your daytime high in Kitigan, Zibi. It will get colder as we head into Friday overnight. So before then, enjoy the milder temps. -17 is the low for tonight. That sunshine tomorrow, -8, -4 on Friday. Again, 5 centimeters of snow towards the end of the work week, so some fresh powder for the ski hills on Friday. Then on the weekend, nice and sunny for Winterlude. We're going to see beautiful sunshine throughout the weekend. Slightly colder, daytime highs in the minus double digits, and those overnight lows back into the -20s.
Weather brought to you by Yegendorf Rashid. Experience, knowledge, and a commitment to excellence.
And there's a traffic pole knocked down northbound on Richmond Road at Carling, causing some delays. Eastbound on the 417, still slow from Moody and through Woodruff, and heading west on the Queensway, seeing congestion between Hunt Club Road and Parkdale this morning. Westbound on the 174, build up at 10th line into the 417.
Partners Aaron and Christian had a successful catering company in Ottawa, but now have decided to branch out into a permanent location in Smiths Falls. They join us this morning, CNE MX Cuisine in the Delorier kitchen. Good morning to the two of you.
Good morning.
I love this story so far. Before we get into the delicious food and some fun, because I heard a little bit of a rumor about what you want to maybe do in the future, tell me a little bit about the journey so far, because going from that to a permanent location must be a good story.
Yeah, definitely. Earlier in 2025, started the catering service, servicing Ottawa, Montreal, and Toronto region. You know, just working in kitchens that you can rent and developing the brand and building a really great client base within the community to demonstrate that the food is all about connection and authentic Mexican cuisine. Thankful to Christian, Chef Christian, and his roots in Baja, California. We were able to establish a relationship with the restaurant in Smith Falls, which is like a movie line story. And so we were able to open our doors January 14th of this year. So it's been very successful so far. We've been able to connect with Smith Falls and the region around amazingly with the food, of course, and so it's been a great experience so far.
I love that. Such a great spot, too. Our family actually grew up on Big Rideau Lake, so I go through Smith Falls all the time, so I will be visiting you after this for sure.
Awesome.
All right, Chef, let's decide on the food because she mentioned the delicious food that you have, so walk us through some of the elements that you might see when you visit you.
Well, this is the guacamole. It's a very important thing that we have because it's very highlight in the restaurant, in our food. It's very delicious and very flavorful. We have also the corn tortilla chips that is a very 100% nixtamal station tortilla. It's 100% corn tortilla. It's very natural. Gluten-free. We have the salsas over here, obviously. Mexico is very knowing about the salsas, about the spiciness and everything. We have the red flag over here, the flag of Mexico. We have the rice over there. We have a chipotle salsa that we pour into on the top of the omelet with the shrimp. We call it shrimp chipotle omelet. On that side, in the molcajete, is a volcano rock. It's coming from Mexico, and we have ceviche. Ceviche is one of the most important things that we have also because we grow up in the west coast of Mexico, so it's very familiar with the Pacific. It's very delicious. It's very flavorful.
And from your expertise, you know, being a chef and being around so much of the Mexican food and culture, what do you think separates? Because when you look here, it just looks so authentic and fresh. Where do you find the biggest separators for that quality of food?
I'm always going to say it's the grandma's touch. You know what I mean? It's that flavor that it's very hard to find in people that they go to the school. I respect and everything, but when you grow up with those flavors, it's very important.
It's hard to recreate that too, right?
Exactly.
It comes from love and from the family recipes. Okay,
and
so
we cook with love.
I'm gonna try one of these corn chips. What is the type of the salsa that we got here? Because I'm a spicy guy.
Okay, this is a tomatillo salsa.
Okay.
Tomatillo is a green tomato that we have over here. It's a very highlight because it's very different. On the side of the other tomato, this green salsa is based poblano pepper, jalapeno, and onion and tomatillo.
That's the one. Okay.
That's the one.
Okay, so as I go for this, and then I will have to completely destroy this chip. Tell me about a little fun you're having, because there's some records that we're hoping potentially we want to break with some Guinness records. So tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, definitely. We understand that the community in and around Smith Falls is a really amazing community. There's a lot of traffic through that area between the corridor of Toronto and Montreal. And so we want to bring some excitement to that region and start working on Guinness Book of Records for food in the Mexican cuisine industry. And I won't say which one because we don't want someone to go and jump out in front of us.
Yeah, this is your plan.
Yeah,
right.
But this summer we're looking to really invite people to come and support our project of building these amazing dishes and beat the Guinness record for the largest dish to not be mentioned this summer. So anybody who wants to join our project, please reach out to us.
I love that. It's so fun, right? Because you're obviously doing something that's going to create a lot of buzz and people come into. And as Smith Falls, as you know, that community will come as whole to support you. How's it been so far being there in that area with all the community support?
I have to say within the restaurant, the staff and the interactions with the clientele has been amazing. They really are receptive to the foods and the variety of flavors that we're offering. And they really enjoy trying something new. So fortunately, Chef is able to come out and demonstrate the food with the clientele in the restaurant and really teach them about Mexican cuisine, which is a really nice touch in a restaurant.
I love that. Well, Chef Christian, Aaron, congratulations on a successful business and taking that step to a permanent location now. You're setting that Guinness World Record. We don't know what it is. I might do it for as many corn chips as I can have in one morning.
It's not just one, it's two.
Woo! 2 different locations.
No, 2 record Guinness.
Oh, two record Guinness is what you're going for, not just one.
We're going for 2.
And we're going to have to wait to see what those records are going to be. So we have to follow along.
Yes,
Thanks to the 2 of you for coming into our kitchen this morning.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
If you want to be featured on Your Morning Ottawa, just email us, yourmorningottawa@ctv.ca. We would love to have you on. I've got about 200 corn chips that are going to be devoured in about 5 minutes. Stay with us, friends. We'll be right back after we take a peek through our Centennial Glass Sky Cam. Still a little mild this morning.
Ask the Expert, brought to you by O.J. Hollingsworth.
Welcome back. It is time to Ask the Expert. We're going to be speaking with Brenda Hollingsworth of O.J. Hollingsworth. And if you have any questions, come on, Send the questions our way. You can even give us a phone call live, 613-789-6559, extension 2803. So we got Brenda Hollingsworth. She's here from OJ Hollingsworth to discuss what you need to know if you're injured after a slip and fall on snow and ice. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
Good morning. It's great to have you on
Great
here
to be
today.
here.
We've got some straightforward questions for you.
Yes.
So we figure we're just going to fire off these questions. You're going to answer them. And if you have similar questions or if you have a question, send them our way and Brenda will answer them for you. So, Brenda, got the first question for you. Okay. What do you wish everybody knew after a slip and fall on ice and snow?
Yeah, so the thing I wish everybody knew is that you, as the person who fell, has to be able to explain what caused you to fall. It's not enough to say it was slippery. You have to have seen something. You have to be able to describe what the problem is, because property owners don't have a standard of perfection. They don't have to be perfect. So you have to say there was a patch of ice. It was 30 centimeters by 30 centimeters, and there was no salt or sand. You need to be able to say that kind of thing specifically to make your case go smoothly.
No flourish, straight to the point.
Exactly.
Describe what happened.
Yeah.
Try and keep the emotions down here, right? Because you tend to get a little bit
like the adrenaline's
heated.
going,
Yes.
your heart's pumping, but just take a look.
Okay.
Right, take a look.
Okay, and describe what happened. What about taking a photograph? Okay, you've fallen. You go, what? Wow, this was a bad fall. Is it? I mean, if you have the presence of mind, obviously you want to do it right then and there. But can you come back to the scene afterward and take a photograph?
The closer in time the photo is to the fall, the more persuasive it is. And when you're taking a picture, try to give some perspective. I have a lot of pictures in my files that are just snow. Like it's a picture of white snow with no frame of reference. So take the picture of snow if you want to show that it wasn't cleared, but also back up so we can see where that patch is.
What do you do with that photograph? I guess you just obviously save it on your phone, but how do you make sure that that piece of information, the information, gets to the right people?
Yeah, so if you're hiring a lawyer, you definitely want to provide every single photo that you took. So don't edit out just the good ones, and don't edit them. Don't Photoshop them. Don't brighten them. Don't do anything. Just send the picture to your lawyer. But even if you're dealing with something on your own, you may get asked, for example, if you're dealing with the city, you might get asked for what happened. There's nothing wrong with sending the pictures with your notice.
Brenda, can a personal injury lawyer help that individual who's, suffered the slip and fall, take those pictures, gather the evidence? Maybe they're not that great with the camera.
Yeah, so if you come to us quickly, we will absolutely do that. We have investigators, we have students, we do that all the time. Sometimes people, it's 4 or 5 months out. If it's July, I'm not going to be able to catch that snow.
There you go.
So, the sooner you do it, the better. Your case is not wrecked if you don't do it. I'm just talking about how to make it easier.
Okay, making it easier.
Yeah.
When that happens, and we hope that it doesn't happen because it can be quite devastating, a slip and fall on the ice.
It sure can.
You land wrong, you could end up in the hospital. You can end up out of work for a while.
We've had 7-figure cases where somebody slipped and fallen on ice, like the wrong fracture. For somebody who has a physical job, for example, that can be career-ending. Hit your head. We've had fatalities.
I am going to ask you this question. You're going to answer after the break.
Okay.
What's the deadline? Do you have a cutoff period to actually make that claim?
Yeah, important
Let us
questions.
know. We'll get to the answer in that question in just a minute. Now, if you've got a question for Brenda Hollingsworth of OJ Hollingsworth, send them our way. We'll get the questions to Brenda live. We're talking about slip and fall on snow and ice and what to do if you have done that, if you have slipped and fall. Okay, we'll be right back after this break. Ask the Expert continues after this.
Ask the Expert, brought to you by OJ Hollingsworth.
Resuming our conversation here with Brenda Hollingsworth. If you have any questions for her, you want to get in touch with OJ Hollingsworth, there's their information on the screen, 613-233-4529. You can see the web address and their actual address on the screen as well, 1443 Woodruff Avenue and 304 O'Connor Street. So, Brenda, just before the break, I asked you a question. Is there a notification deadline? You've experienced a slip and fall, sustained injuries. You need to let people know. What's the deadline?
And believe it or not, the deadline for government entities can be as short as 7 days. Usually it's 10 days, so that's really short. You don't have to start a lawsuit in that time, but you do need to give a notice of a potential claim. And most municipalities in Ontario have a web form, and if you type in "make a claim against," name the city, it'll come up, and you just give them the information. If it's private property, about 5 years ago, the provincial government passed a law also including a notice period for those types of cases, and that's 60 days. So 60 days written notice. It's not enough that the property manager saw you. It's not enough that you did an incident report. You have to give notice of a potential claim. So that's really important. Don't forget.
Okay, what form of notice must you give? When you say written notice, are you talking about on piece of paper, taking pen to paper and then mailing that in or sending it in?
So if you look at the act, it's in the Occupiers Liability Act, and if you look in that act, it will set out exactly how you're supposed to do it. I think it might be registered mail.
Okay.
You know, if you give written notice by email and they respond and you have proof that they received it, you're probably going to be okay. But strictly speaking, it's set out in a statute, and if you Google it or call us, we can explain.
Brenda, what happens if you miss that notice period? You were saying federal, it might be just as short as 7 days.
Yeah. So it's not definitely lost. The municipal rules have some flexibility. The 60-day rule has some flexibility. So you should still contact a lawyer.
Okay.
If you have a good reason, often there's a workaround, like if you're unconscious, for example.
Right. Hospitalized.
Sedated.
Okay.
So work with a lawyer and we'll see what we can do.
How much compensation does a person usually get for slip and fall?
Yeah, in Ontario, there's a bunch of different types of damages. Your pain and suffering is dependent on what your injury is and how it impacts you. So a broken wrist for me, for example, might be worth less than a broken wrist for someone who plays a piano for a living. And then there's also sort of loss of income and your medical expenses that aren't covered by OHIP. So it really depends, and a lawyer can tell you that fairly easily.
Okay. Brenda Hollingsworth, always a pleasure to have you on, giving
you.
us this information. We're talking about slip and fall and what you do to protect yourself. Thank you again.
Thank you for having me.
If you want to get in touch with Brenda at OJ Hollingsworth, there's her information on the screen. Phone number 613-233-4529. Melissa and Will.
Some great advice, and of course in our forecast today, milder temperatures today, and then we get snow on Friday.
And it looks like those temperatures are going to fall into the weekend,
That's right.
Enjoy this day.
Enjoy it. That's right. -6 will be your high today, overnight dropping to -17, and you can see a chance of those scattered flurries today. Then tomorrow, beautiful sunny, -8, -4 on Friday. I love it, but some snow on the way. And then look at that weekend. Sun, sun. However, cold, cold, cold.
Yes, I know. Those overnight lows too, going back down to -25, probably feeling into
the wind chill will feel closer like the -35, you know, hopefully not the high -30s, but you never know.
That's going to happen, but hey, with our predictions, fingers crossed, it looks like the cold temperatures are going to be leaving a little bit earlier if we trust our friends.
Yeah, if we trust our groundhogs and early spring for us. You know what? I'm going to say I'm trusting them, Will.
I'll go with you.
Have a great day, everybody. We'll see you back here tomorrow morning.